Right then. So we've got the new fuel line at last. I'll leave the fuse lead. Right. Okay, so we'll do the fuel filter one first. Then we know where to cut the pipe. What's that on? Pulled that off something by mistake. Oh. Oh, bloody hell, that's tight fit. Right. Need to screw things right now. It's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, bloody hell. Shouldn't be that tough, should it? I bet these are 8mm. Do it with a ratchet. Right. I think actually it might be better if we sit over here on the wing. A bit less in the way. Better bloody work, isn't it? This is quite alright, the looks of it. Just trying to come off the fuel filter. Oh, it's a bastard, isn't it? I think it's going one way, goes the other. Let's run this back out again. It's been a massive pain in the ass. Showing the car's so big, it's really hard to get to everything. Leaned in so much. We're getting somewhere now. here. It's on there comfortably. There. That's too small. What's this one? There we go.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. I have to admit that the fuel line coming from the fuel pump up to the filter isn't great looking.
Mm.
So
What fuel do you use in it? Is it regular fucking E10?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, it could be
I
that
can't
that's
remember.
fucking wrecking it.
We've still got a lot of fuel left over from when we first got it, to be honest. Because he very kindly gave us a full tank. Let me sit this across here. It's probably better for the run. Let's have a look. Pipe going down to the mechanical fuel pump. And I've got enough. I think I've got enough hose to fit it if I really, really have to. Yes, I have. It's just that it appears to be some perishing going on near the front edge,
Right.
which isn't wonderful.
Apparently, it's quite common with like higher ethanol fuels to fuck up rubber hoses,
Yeah, that wouldn't.
especially when it sits in it.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me any.
So I'm told anyway.
Hi. Oh yeah, all right.
How's the car coming along? How are you feeling?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the cash machine only had tenors. Yeah, we had a little deal. I said, "Do you want cash?" She said, "Yes, please." She said, "Then I get to spend it." And then you don't get to buy any more cents. Yeah, it was a bit dismal, wasn't it? Stick together, really, second and three. All right, thank you so
All right, no problem. All right, take care. Right. Sorry about that. It was a pickup.
All right.
We like pickups.
It looks like I'm going to have a little parcel of capacitors to send your way because I'm only going to need one of each out of the packs of 5 that I've got to fucking order.
All right.
So I won't be using them all, so I'll send the rest up to you because you'll make use of them.
All right, darling.
I'll get them sorted out.
Because I can always source them out here for you and then drop them down. So just send down what you need, you know.
Okay, we could do that, and I'll fucking bung you the cash for it.
No, don't worry about that.
Well, I'm not going to see you out of pocket, mate. Fucking hell,
Book
come
it
on.
out on a job.
And?
I'll book it out on a job.
Or I could just send you the money.
No, it's all right. All right.
I'll ping you a list up.
Right, I think it's pancake time.
Oh,
Let's put the pancake on, at least initially. Right, put the gasket on there. Next, oh no, it goes there, doesn't it? There we go. Right. Now the pancake. Done. Okay. Where's me nut? Who's stolen me nut? So, what do you reckon?
don't know. Oh, no, you haven't.
I fucking have. Do you know what? I didn't hear it hit the ground.
I didn't either.
No, it bloody didn't.
Oh, bollocks.
Are you kidding me?
Have you got an extending magnet then that you can fucking wiggle around down
Probably.
there?
At the moment, I don't even know where to extend it.
Story of my life.
Shit. No, hang on. Oh, don't. Wait. Oh, you bastard. It's dropped down the back of the... hang on.
You jammy bastard.
It was just about getting ready to drop on the gearbox.
That would have been fun.
Okay, gentlemen, place your bets.
I'm not a betting man, but I reckon you might have cured it.
Let's see. Let us see. Well, we've got to keep an eye out for. We'll get it started and we've got to come out here and see if there's any fuel leak anywhere. So... Oh, Gordon Bennett. Oh. So we'll soon know. Oh, dear. Right, hang on. Let's go. God, it's all sorts of shit. I'll tell you what, this seat is... Whoa! Oh,
Ken's just roasted his nuts.
oh. I say. Oh, let me out. Let me check the settings. Audio. Yep, no echo cancellation on. Good. That means it should... We should be able to get the full effect. Oh, the keys are in the boat. No, seriously. It has been one thing after another. One thing after another. One thing after another. Blah, 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 blah. And you go, oh no, now we need this. Oh no, that's broken. Now we need that. Oh, this doesn't work. Blah, blah, blah. Now we need that. And then the killer was the fuel pipe arrives and the Jubilee clips that I'd used previously, that were on it originally, were too small to put the fuel pipe on. So Fiona goes, I'll go to Screwfix. They do Jubilee clips. But what you do is you order and pay for them online before you go. And then you just walk up to the counter and get your order.
Yeah.
So the smallest they did was 20mm to 30mm. And we went, yeah, that'll do it. That'll be fine. And she goes, all right, cool. So she orders them. Gets in the car and off she goes. She comes back and she goes, this is what they gave me. She holds up a bag and they're like 120mm to 150mm. I went, well, that's not what we ordered. She went, no. She goes, they won't have them in till tomorrow. So he handed me these. He said, these might work. Went, no, it won't.
Well, not unless you're fucking putting fuel lines on a space shuttle.
Yeah. I said, I could probably hold a wheel on with it. Or use them as a tyre instead, you know. And she goes, right. She goes, so I noticed there was a plumber's shop on the way home and I popped in there and they had two. I went, good girl. So, after a week,
Any God wants on the bottom stove.
yeah, Spiritus Santi, dum-de-dum-de-dum. Here we go. Or is it? Is the immobiliser on? What?
Literally. Off the button.
Wow. Yeah, it needs balancing. It does need balancing.
Oh.
Oh.
Has it just farted and died?
Only so much. Got to let it warm up a bit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was just at a touch. But what I wasn't checking was...
You didn't check the fucking fuel leaks.
Yeah, I forgot to do that. Let's have a look, shall we? Ow. Here we go. Right. Let's have a hooker's butch. Dry as a nun's chuff. Dry as a nun's chuff.
Beautiful.
Good. That's what we want. That's what we want. Right, so the pancake's got to come off again because we've got to balance these carbs now.
Don't drop the fucking bolt.
No. There we go.
Bit of vapour.
Okay, so we get this going. Right, where's that meter? Right. You set up this meter. Dooby dooby doo.
You hear that, Kent?
What's that, love?
According to Wagyu, seismometers in the Chessington, Epsom and Ewell area have detected an earthquake.
It wouldn't surprise me none. God bloody hell, these caps are on tight, aren't they? Oh. Yeah, that's one. That's two. Right. Okay. See what that's running at in a minute. Right, where's my straight cut screwdriver? Because once these are balanced, the pickup should be better.
Yeah.
But I can't see where the bloody screwdriver's gone. Here it is. Right. Okay, let's start this little puppy and see if we can balance this card out. Much high pressure in this one. Weird. Odd.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Look at that little face, look.
No, what I'm enjoying.
Little.
That.
Ben, have you been paid for that mini mode yet? Because you're going to need it to fill the tank up.
I've already thought of that. Observe. In the toilet. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, what's that going to do? That's about enough to start the fucker.
Well, it'll get me off the driveway. So all
Yep,
this
just.
interior. Oh, all this interior then. Look. All this. She's going for the red carbon fibre
Mm-hmm.
and black. And for the dash and everything like that, headlining, you name it. It'll get done. So we'll probably put. Do you reckon she could make new seat covers for it to do in a black and red motif? So
You need motif. You need
I do.
motif.
I
Oh, yeah.
did a hell of a lot of motif. Oh, so she's talking about all that, and I'm going, an electric aerial.
Prometheus just said, "Is she putting a mirrored ceiling in it?"
Even the fucking glide strip works on the steering wheel. Okay. Well.
Kent's got the horn.
Start.
As ever.
Hazard lights on.
Ha. Ha ha.
So,
multi-way.
Okay, that's that little job.
Maybe worth firing it up regularly instead of letting it sit, just to get that fuel moving through them pipes.
Well, the thing is, we're going to be restoring it now, so we're coming out here often and always getting various bits and pieces done.
Yeah, that's what you say.
We bought a cover for it as well.
That's what you say.
Nicest car cover I ever saw was my brother-in-law had a 74 Aston Martin V8 Vantage. And the cover that went over it had a gold-plated fucking Aston Martin badge on each end. It's like, oh, what?
Now, the one I saw, which I thought was quite nice actually, was when you put it on, it looks like the car that's in it.
Nice.
So I said,
that's a double bluff. That's a double bluff, isn't it?
Yeah. I said, we could have fun with that. We'll get one that's an Aston Martin DB4.
Fuck it, Nissan Micra.
2005 Mustang Bobcat. Or something like
get
that.
one that's a get one that's a Morris Marina.
Yeah, Austin Princess.
Sherman Tank, because it sounds like one when you fucking start it.
True enough.
Is that rhyming slang? Sherman Tank?
Yeah. It is where you come from.
Yeah, that's true. Although we just say wank.
Yeah.
We go for single entendres wherever possible.
Seems kind of ironic getting this going today, when Ford announced they were closing their factory temporarily.
Which factory?
Tariffs. The one in the States.
Oh, right. Well, there you go.
Something to do with the tariff impacts. Mustangs may be made in America, but a lot of the electronics comes from China.
Oh, fuck, I'll tell you what. Don't talk about bloody tariffs and politics. Fuck, you know, Keir Starmer's done this deal over the fishing.
Yeah.
You don't want to be living in a fucking British fishing town at the minute.
Oh, you mean in the towns where they voted for Brexit?
Fuck me, mate.
Those ones where the fishermen were conned and they voted for Brexit and then they kicked themselves and now they're blaming someone.
Boris was down here telling them they're all going to get their fish back and all this fucking shit. And they all fell for it.
Yeah,
mate,
those
it's
towns.
not pleasant living in this town at the minute.
I remember visiting Newlyn just after that happened, and I've got some mates down in Mousehole and Newlyn. Some of them are, fishermen, and they just it was really odd. They were so stunned after the Brexit thing. They were completely stunned. At first, they cheered, yay, we've done it. And then they were waiting for the announcements about what would happen next. And every time they heard anything, they just went, but that's just sort of, they've bent us over and now they're coming up behind us and what? Yeah.
Bent them over and didn't even have the decency to lube them first.
What's really sad is that they felt stupid and conned and all that stuff. They were conned along with everyone else. I can't find it in my heart, to be honest, to blame anyone that voted for Brexit because, well, except Farage and his fucking crew, because they were conned. Everyone, it was a con. And it made Farage a mint of money. He shorted on the pound.
No.
Yeah. No, I didn't, he says. Well, follow the fucking trail. Follow the paperwork which says you did, you twat.
Follow the money.
Yeah. That's what it's
Yeah.
all about.
Well,
Merman
there's
was
nothing new
behind the
there. That's what
Facebook
politics
campaign.
is.
Wagyu says Merman was behind the Facebook campaign. What was it? Ethel Merman.
There's no business like
business like show business.
that's too
That
good for an
impression too
impression. Are you actually? You are Ethel Merman. Fuck me, I may be Victorian Lego man, but you with Lego figure, you are fucking Ethel Merman. It's got to go on your moniker from now. No business.
Right, fuck it. I'm changing my name to Ethel.
Absolutely.
There we go.
I just thought I can give myself some elbow room this side now.
I wonder what he was going to say then.
Yes, I was. Some elbow room.
Elbow room. Yeah,
It's a fucking great. It's a fucking great Mac 1 Mustang. How can you not have elbow room?
Because when I'm working on that side, there's a water tap sticks out of the wall and it keeps cracking me in the ribs when I'm trying to get out.
Well, move the fucking car then.
That's what I just fucking said, you deaf cunt.
Pardon?
What?
Oh dear.
Who?
What?
Hey?
There's no business.
You know what you can see out of the back of this car?
Fuck all.
Bollocks.
A woman in a glittery costume going, there's no...
If somebody walked
it's
by,
not me. You haven't got a Range Rover.
Aye, he's frozen. Shit, look at him, look. He's raving now. Look at him. He's fucking all like this shit, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he really has frozen.
Rubber tune-out.
Looks like he's about to karate chop the dashboard, doesn't it?
That should be his horn for this.
That's him. That's Kent in his private time, that is.
Yeah.
Taking a personal 5 minutes.
That's the after hours pub. That's the lock-in. The lock-in version.
Yeah. Oh, dear me.
Oh, God. How are you, Matt? All right?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad.
Good. I'm just going through this whole freaking process of rewiring the studio, changing out audio interfaces and audio ins and outs, putting in bigger stuff, just to make I've got this little Soundcraft folio which is causing hums and problems, and I've got things that I want to actually connect up, but conveniently. So I'm just about to get a rack up here somewhere.
Yeah.
But everything I'm looking at, I'm thinking, well, yeah, I've got that works, but then I haven't got enough room for this thing, and then blah, and it's kind of. So I'm just trying to work out the best, most efficient way of replacing what I've got without causing the fucking earth to collapse and implode on itself. Yeah. It's almost like I've got too many things.
Unfortunately, that's always an issue, isn't it?
I mean, too many ways to do this, and I'm just kind of, yeah. And this has to go. This rather wonderful naval desk.
Oh yeah,
table.
You said that.
It's a beautiful thing. It really is. I should look up I've got the end cheek somewhere that's got the brass plate on which says the ship it's from. And the year and all that. I should dig that out. It's here somewhere. Do a bit of research, but yeah, what to do?
Looks like the pitch bend unit's just turned up at Haley's for the D50.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh cool. How's that going? Are you kind of enjoying that process of?
I'm loving it. It's a really easy keyboard to work on. But like when I bought it, it was working, but there was a couple of little niggles, and it's just been, well, I'll do that. Oh fuck it, while I'm in here, I might as well do that, and it's just snowballed.
Yeah.
I mean, today I've been talking to Kent and sent him a couple of pictures of the power board, and he said they're probably the original capacitors. So it's like, right, fuck it, I'm going to do those as well. So it's just little things, but it's when it's done, it's going to be lovely. Sounds great as it is, but
they're good sounding synths. They really are. You know,
yeah.
I used to love. I mean, I didn't really use the D50 as much as I used the D550.
Yeah.
And that was, you know, I had a little programmer and all that stuff with it. And it was, I remember when it came out, it seemed endlessly complex. But actually, once you got your head around it, God, the sounds you could get out of it.
Well, that's the thing. It's just going to be one of those that I've got to sit down and just continually work with. It's a bit like the Hydrosynth and the System 8. You know, you can go a long way into that. So it's just a question of spending time and sitting and working with it, really.
Yeah, I've got to get my JD800 fixed up as well, because that's another. I love the JD800.
Yeah.
That made me so much money over the years. Just you know, it was that and the the S1000, the KX88, DX5, and KS80. All of those just made so much money.
I was gutted because Jeff Toman was selling his JD800 about 10 years ago for 500 quid, and I missed out on it.
Oh, yeah.
I know. And he'd done all the red glue and all the shit on it, so it was just like, oh, fuck. Yeah, it was perfectly restored. It was like, oh, bugger.
Yeah, Kent's going to have his hands full with my one when I get it down there to him. It's going to be, he's going to fucking curse me. Oh, hello. Got a call coming in from myself. Bear with me.
Go on, carry on, mate.
I've got to go and pick herself up. I'll be about 15 minutes.
That's cool, mate. No problem.
And I'll be back.
All right, mate.
I'll be back.
See you in a bit.
See you in a bit. I want to hear more about D50s and all that. This is all good stuff. See you in a minute. Bye.
And then there was one. Not even the host is fucking here. He's pissed off. He's probably having a wank in the fucking Mustang. Who's that? Oh, it's Rob Alarm, not you. Hey, fuck you and all.
I was waiting for Andrew to fuck off. No, that's not true. Oh dear.
Well, he got the Mustang working, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, it fired it up. It literally put the new pipe on, turned the key, and it lit off straight away.
Lovely jubbly.
So yeah, he's happy. But and then his fucking iPad locked up and he's disappeared. So
overheated, I bet.
Probably. How you doing?
Yeah, not so bad. I'm just trying to get motivated to do. I've got a video editing thing. We've got a whole bunch of videos at work to tell people how to use our learning platform, and we've just changed we didn't change the learning platform. We've updated some parts, significant parts, and so it affects the videos. So now I've got to go into the video and the original video and figure out how much I need to replace, and then time it all so I can record the new footage from the new platform and then substitute that into the existing video, so I don't have to do the whole thing again. And it's not hard, it's just boring and dull.
Unfortunately, it's like it goes, isn't it?
My daughter's just come downstairs with literally an armful of clothes that could probably clothe somebody for an entire year, and that she's just sold on Vinted.
Good for her.
Oh yeah, I mean she makes a tidy little summer for that, and she's managed to rope her brother in to help her take it down to the post office.
Fair play.
Yeah. Ah, dear. Well, mother-in-law's house is now sold, exchanged, gone. Money's in the bank.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Still a bit of weight off, yeah?
Yeah, and they're just now moving the money around into various things to make sure that it, is working as best it can.
Yeah.
So some of it's going in an ISA, some of the ISAs are being combined, some's going into that savings account, some's going into that savings account, and then there's enough money left over to make sure that her care home bills get paid, and hopefully interest will start to rack up on the rest of it. So, yeah, and then we just had the mail redirection all confirmed, so yeah, all the bills have been cancelled. Done. Mother-in-law, of course, is completely oblivious.
Yeah.
And wants her mobile phone back. Well, you've got it. It's in your drawer. Yes, but it doesn't work. But all you need to do is just pop next door to the office and use their phone. They'll give you the phone to call in. Oh, but they listen into my conversations. No, they don't. You don't say anything at all interesting. Oh, but they'll listen. What if I want to call my solicitor? Why would you want to call your solicitor? Oh, I might need to discuss things. What things would you need to discuss? Well, I can't say because they're recording. They're listening to me.
Oh, God bless her.
And you just have to go, yeah, okay, yeah. Nobody's listening to you. No, everything's fine. So, there you go. Right, big boy.
Yes. A certain young lady decided she wanted to mess with the internet to try and get a printer to connect wirelessly. So she restarted the hub.
Oh.
Because
without telling you.
It didn't work. She's never had a printer that's successfully Wi-Fi connected ever.
Odd.
Yeah, I know.
So there's another little job for me to do when I come down.
Has it got WPS on it?
Yeah.
So she's pressing the button on the router and she's activating WPS and it's just not finding it.
No.
How close is the printer to the router?
A foot.
Well, why not just wire it in?
Because she wants to have it wireless.
But why?
Because she's never had it wireless before.
But if she plumbs it into the router, it's on the network and she can use it wirelessly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm past caring.
I've worked out today's clip's going to be my Ethel Merman impression. So that's going in the fucking collection later. Oh, Robbie didn't see that, did he? Or
No,
did you?
no, I saw that.
Oh, fucking hell.
I saw that.
So I've got to think about what's the next thing I attack on this? Apart from maybe give it a wash.
What about that door that needs doing?
Yeah, there's that door. She wants me to see if I can wrap a panel. I was thinking of the front wing. Start this corner, work my way back, sort of thing. But that door definitely needs to look at. Big scaly. So fortunately, front, wings, doors, totally all on bolt. Which is about 75% of the bloody car. So that's good. So while she gets on with the interior, I'll get on with the exterior. But it needs some work. I noticed on it, when you start really looking close, there's places where there's bolts missing and stuff. You know, better get some bolts for it then. There's some damage at the front from the front cross member, which needs to be straightened out. But seeing as the whole front's coming off, I'll do that. So none of these jobs are going to be straightforward. It's not going to be like I'll take the front off and sort it. Take the front off and repair all the stuff behind it first. Perhaps re-understeer it. Probably run new wiring as well, don't look right. So it'll be a ton of shit to do to it, basically. Hopefully it'll be a long time. And I was looking at these lights, where they got the side lights, which are in the same light. I'm going, oh, well, the chrome on them's still alright. And then I got up to it, and somebody has basically glued aluminium foil around the outside of it.
How odd.
They're going, oh, okay. That means that the aluminium, or rather the chrome underneath them, is probably not clever.
Hmm.
So it's little shits like that that needs to be addressed. But that's what separates them from donkeys and show cars, isn't it?
Indeed.
Problem is, hello, UPS. Good.
Had it been last week, I said they'd probably got my synthesizer.
Well, you
Just
know, mate, they might be delivering yours to you.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny, like, for just over a week, every day I was checking that UPS app until it got delivered. And now in the morning, I automatically go to the UPS app. Oh, no, I don't need to check it. It's fine. It's here. I got in such a habit of doing it. I almost miss doing it. It's weird. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. It's either very thick paint, or there is some body filler in there as well. God, this is going to need a lot of work. I mean, the core of the car seems to be okay. All their exterior is...
Get shot, mate.
Oh, I'll make her look pretty first.
I'd cut your losses if I were you.
No. In nice condition, booked at about 45 to 49.
Hmm.
So that's
Bye.
about 110% profit.
That's right.
Bar what it costs to get her up to that look. And at the moment, it's not going to cost a lot because most of it's going to be done by me here. So. We'll get it done. It'll be alright.
What have I bought from Apple for 20 quid?
The privilege of using Apple.
Something to do on iTunes. Have I bought something on iTunes? Oh, I bet I know what it's fucking.
And off they go again.
He's bought the Debbie Does Dallas 4K edition with splash-proof cover. That's what he's done.
Why would it have a cover if it's on Apple?
Maybe he bought the DVD. I don't fucking know. It's off it. Talk about killer joke, you wanker. Do you like my Keith in Watford branded Sony headphones?
Yes, indeed. Very orange. I'm intrigued now. What the fuck have I bought for 20? I bet it's my son. And he hasn't told me. Oh,
The game upgrade.
1990. What's 1999?
Game upgrade.
Oh, fucking hell, PayPal. You are a bastard.
It's probably King's Quest. Treasure Quest or something.
Apple services, 19.99. Quantity. So what's 20 quid? Oh, that's interesting. Show payment information. Doesn't tell you. I hate this when it doesn't tell you what the fuck it's for.
Let's put the pancake back on. Oh! Try not to lose the nut this time.
What's the bollock?
Oh, for God's sake, where is it?
Okay.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you, my child.
Here we go.
Howdy, chaps. What's new?
Hey, Andy.
Oh, everything, nothing.
Everything and nothing.
Yeah. Probably in that order.
So, Kent, I wanted to... Is it working now? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I had a glitch in my end. Kent, I wanted to thank you the other day for being the sole voice of reason when they were talking about morphic resonance. What a fucking crock of shit. Rupert Sheldrake is a botanist turned woo-woo wacko from Cambridge. And that is one of the most ridiculous things. If you just read it, I've known about it for years, but if you read about it, it's just so silly because it's full-on confirmation bias. They used a sample size of the public on a web page for their data gathering, which is totally unreliable. Not to mention, it just doesn't make sense when you figure it out. Like, chemicals don't get easier to synthesize over time just because they've already been synthesized. That's not how it works.
Well, I wouldn't have thought so.
No.
What are we talking about here? I'm lost.
The other day they were talking about morphic resonance. It just came up
Who's they?
on the SOR.
Oh, right. Okay.
And I heard it on the replay. I was busy during the show, but I was just like, oh no, don't go down this road. This is so painful because it's more the anti-science dumbing down in the world of woo-woo goofballs and charlatans and rip-off artists, and Sheldrake is just a goofball, you know. It's not only is it counterintuitive, and science isn't always intuitive, but it's completely counterintuitive from your own experience. And when you understand how he performed the stuff that he wrote up, it was based on like web surveys and stuff from the public. It's not, nobody wanted to do the experiment because they knew it was goofy. It was basically one of the experiments he wrote about was if you stare at somebody long enough in the public, they'll sense they're being stared at and they'll turn and catch you staring at them, right?
Right.
But since women are used to being stared at in general, because that's how guys are, the chances of them catching you staring at them, everything, they did an actual experiment with the stares with different people, different ages, whatever, and it's like when you did it properly as a scientific research thing and data gathering, it ended up being chance. There was no greater linkage to staring versus perception. It's just so crazy. It just goes, I don't know. You guys got to read about it if you want. I don't want to bore you with all the details on it, but they've discussed it long ago when he wrote this paper on it, and it was flawed gathering of data, flawed thinking, and just doesn't make sense with the world. I mean, yes, you can chalk up anything to confirmation bias to a certain extent. Like, I want to find something that meets the way I think the world should be, right?
Yeah.
You will find something that matches it. Well, a lot of the time, right?
Yeah.
And you should never use the public to gather your scientific data. It's just not reliable. I mean, SETI at home was a different thing. That was using your computer to process data, but the public had no interaction with it. You know, But it's, you know, there's a reason why amateur astronomers and professional astronomers generally don't meet, because they won't take your data seriously, even if it's good data, because they want to have control over the data
Yeah.
and not have garbage get in there, right? So it's, you can do valuable scientific stuff as an amateur, but the professionals generally will not use it in their papers or in their talks or in their whatever. But yeah, it's just, I mean, I'm so annoyed with all these woo-woo things out there. It's just obnoxious.
Oh, but it's the easy route, isn't it? For the those that human beings, if we are naturally inclined to fill gaps in our knowledge in any way that we can. If we don't know something, we'll make it up to fill the gap in the knowledge. We don't like to have the gap in the knowledge.
Even if it's a circuitous route to get there, which is more work than the actual information itself.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, Occam's razor has value, right?
Absolutely.
And but it's just so crazy. People go out of their way to, like the whole flat Earth thing. They'll have the most elaborate, crazy mechanism to try and explain all the observations we have of how the heavenly bodies move and all that kind of stuff based on our observations from Earth, for the most part, for those people anyway. And it's the basic model of how it really works is so simple compared to their convoluted, crazy model to explain how everything is done with the flat Earth. It just doesn't work. So I don't know.
The path of least resistance.
Exactly. I mean, everyone's free to believe in this psychic phenomenon, all the other shit out there if they want to, but don't pass it off as serious. I mean, you can have as many fringe beliefs as you want, but is that going to help you build a computer? Is that going to help you build better drugs for medicine? Is that going to help you make the internet work? You know, real things that are based on hard science, rigorous testing and reproducibility, you know, using the proper scientific method,
empirical review,
all that stuff. It's all of our, the peer review is one of the biggest things, and reproducibility. So if people want to just believe in whatever they want, that's fine, but it's not going to make progress. It's not going to get us anywhere better than just confusing people and making them believe in wacky stuff and make them anti-vax and anti-science and flat Earth and, you know, here, use this salve. This is better than proper medicine. You know, like Gwyneth Paltrow and her goddamn Goop website. All that nonsense.
I don't want to smell your vagina, Gwyneth. Fuck off.
Get a yoni steamer. You need a yoni steamer, otherwise you won't be healthy.
Smells like cod, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh dear.
The world's falling apart.
Right, let's see how
Hi, boys.
intuitive these thoughts
All right, go.
Bonjour.
Andy, Matt,
What's it?
Robin,
Hello, mate.
Kent, how are you?
What are you doing up?
Better.
I was watching Shelton Murders, no, Steeltown Murders,
Yeah.
and I got a bit bored with it, so I thought I'd jump on.
That's understandable.
Yeah, I
Oh,
just
it's a
popped
bit
in
of
for
a
a bit. I
slow
gotta
burn.
go back to sleep.
What time is it over there, man?
For me, it's 6:05 a.m. Been driving for.
Oh man, that is
7
way
hours
too
now.
early. That is way too early.
Yeah.
Andrew, how are you, fella?
I'm very well, thank you very much, Rans. How are you?
We're all filtering in.
Very good, sir. Very good.
Excellent.
History
Ethel.
must go to the bottom of the door. Oh, bollock. Where did you fucking go?
Hi, Robbie.
You ever notice when
What,
Kent
mate?
does a pub, he always works, and we're all we're all just sitting on our fat asses.
What are you working on, Kent? What's Kent doing?
Mustang Sally, I think.
Oh, Mustang? Oh, okay.
Oh, let's put this down here.
Get tired of unruly
your wags.
synthesizers.
Well, where'd he go?
Sorry, Andrew.
I just said Ken got tired of unruly synthesizers, so he's working on the car now. So,
Yeah, well, he's
Yeah.
working on an unruly car instead.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the change of pace and view.
Well, working
I
on a
have to stare at
car
that
for
floor
him
in a workshop any minute longer.
is a hobby, and working on synthesizers is a job.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be good to put a filter on the exhaust so it go?
actually, there is a funny thing you can put in the exhaust. Have you seen
It's
those
still
before?
going.
Yeah.
And we did.
What,
We
potatoes?
did that. We did that to somebody once. They got all pissed off. It was really funny.
Seriously?
Are we serious now, are we?
Length of that?
That's what she said.
Takes half an hour to unscrew it.
That's also what she said.
It's making me feel inadequate. For fuck's sake.
Hey, Kent, you have some good sunshine there.
Oh God, there's another one.
Well, they're saying short and thick does the trick, long and thin keeps it in.
Unfortunately, his nickname is Panel Pin.
Oh, I like big girls.
Nice day for it, though.
You know, it's too big and you have to tie a plank across your arse so you don't fall in.
So is it going to stay nicely there like that, or is it going to rain? All those clouds going to turn into rain?
No idea. This is the UK, so we generally sort of think it'll probably, I don't know, there'll be a volcanic eruption or something.
We happen to really need rain in the UK at the moment. All the farmers are saying so, and everyone else. So it's likely we won't get a drop. That's kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
Murphy
Except
Law.
come the
Yeah.
weekend.
You can't be near a drought, are you?
Yeah, we are. We're actually
Really?
very near. In some places, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the drought warnings are starting to come out now.
Apparently, we got a massive, great fucking storm crossing the country over the weekend, didn't we?
Well, we're drinking the ocean here.
No idea.
That's how good our water is.
Nice.
You say the ocean. I know it's something salty, Ramsey. No, I'm not going to go there.
Well, yesterday it was Robbie being salty.
Who, me?
Yeah.
As if Robbie's the kindest soul, the heart of discretion.
Yeah, when he arrived on stream, he was like this.
What do you want, dog?
See, he was doing 11. I've got it turned up to 11.
I've got my Robbie cup going today.
I wish sometimes these mixers that I've got had 11 on.
This
Oh,
is
you've
best
got the
of
cable
toilet.
problem as well. I had that yesterday.
I've got lots of. I've got too many cables and not the right ones here. I think I'm not sure.
When I can be asked, I do the odd. I mean, it's probably, as much as a blue moon ever occurs, but I do sit down with these big tubs that I've got full of cables and wall warts and stuff, and I'll get a bit of Velcro, a reel of Velcro out, and I'll tie all the cables up nice and neatly and put Velcro around it, and I'll put them away, and I'll feel really good about myself. And then you do some sort of studio plumbing thing, and then it's all just gone to buggery again, no matter what you do.
Well, I've got a storeroom at what used to be my studio, which is still full, and it's got cable wraps, cables over whatever, properly wrapped up, XLRs to XLRs, female to male, male to female, male to male, all of that stuff. Everything's labelled, everything's in boxes, everything's exactly where I need it to be. I can lay my hands on anything. Unfortunately, I've kind of given up the studio for the moment. So although the storeroom's there, I can't get into it without having to think about it a lot. And I'm now going through the pain of having just enough cables to get myself into trouble here whilst I'm rewiring the whole studio.
Yeah, it's plans that don't work, and then you're frustrated with yourself because those plans are blocking you from doing other plans.
Well, I think in this case it's more a case of just of the plans, planning the plan, making sure there are enough of everything and everything is hum free and dirt free and works well, and then do the swap over in one hit. But I need to know I've got all the right cables in all the right places before I do that, and check all the gear one bit at a time, which I'm just going through at the moment. So yeah, we shall see. We shall see.
Très bien, monsieur.
Really?
That can go.
Oh,
So what do I need? What do I freaking well need? I need something here. What the?
you didn't have enough clip.
A
Yeah.
bottle of scotch.
Thing off. No, I'm scared.
Right. A bottle of Collider would go down just about right now. It really would.
Oh, I see. The speakers are behind the carpet.
It would go down like a church girl behind the sheds.
Oh my godfathers!
Sorry.
Yeah, with the golf. Yeah. That's almost certainly the case. Yeah.
That's gone all the way along.
There, you're on the rest of the case for the defence.
Christ, it's the whole length of the door.
It can't. You taking that panel off reminds me of the classic Cybertruck thing, where the release valve for emergencies is under a panel,
Yeah.
which is why people burn up in there. So.
Yeah.
Does it sound bad of me to actually have a slight little snicker when I hear that people burn up in a Cybertruck? It's probably bad.
Not really. It's kind
Yeah,
of just
there's
it's
some-
No,
kinda get
no.
what you pay for. So
You get extra brownie points for that.
There's something calmer about it.
It's something calmer indeed.
You see that meme that's going around at the moment? You know, there's one of those big old plantation houses in America, like one of the last big plantation mansions,
Yeah.
going up in flames, and somebody's put a meme together of the footage of this thing just utterly consumed by fire, and it switches to a fireman of African American origin, and he's just stood there going, "Yeah, look at that, and then he just takes a sip of his beer and goes, "Yeah, look at that." It's just brilliant. It's so good.
Get the marshmallows out.
That's it.
yeah, I've been to the couple of those plantation houses in Mississippi a long time ago. But boy, talk about opulence! It's so disgusting, just from all that built on those guys.
And people hire these places out to have their weddings in.
Yeah.
You know, why didn't you just go to fucking Auschwitz and hire out the buildings there? I mean, it's just the fucking same.
It's that fucking
Well, there's
a
antebellum
memory for
culture.
you.
It's like they
Yeah.
glorified it, you know.
I've seen a lot of people. There was a point, wasn't there, when there were a lot of people doing TikToks in Auschwitz, and it's doing the dances, doing all that. It's fucking Auschwitz, you stupid, ignorant twatters. Just
Oh, they're just
I think
doing
they've
for
stopped
hits,
it
mate.
all now. I think they've stopped
They're
it all
just
now.
doing it
But,
for hits, buddy.
yeah, well, they'll get some if I ever find them, I guess.
I just say line up all the TikTokers that go there and do that, and give them some Zyklon B. So and don't say
They might
too
even
soon
have-
because
They might have
deserve that.
some gas. They might have some gas left over there that they can.
No
use.
one deserves that. No one deserves that way. No one.
Nah,
No.
that was pretty nasty.
And talking of the deep south and all that, I remember the first time I heard Strange Fruit, Billie Holiday doing Strange Fruit. That really deeply affected me. It still gets me even now when I hear it. What an astonishing song, and how much it was one of the pieces of music that started making a difference. There were a lot of people starting to do that, but that was one of the first, and I thought it was just astonishing, especially in the time it was. Do you know? Are you familiar with it at all?
Mm-hmm.
I am, yeah. It's been a while since I've heard it, though, I have to admit.
Yeah. Just one of those that makes you go, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't mind the political stuff in music because it hits a note for the now, and then when you listen to it 20, 30 years down the track, you have a good sort of window into what was going on in the world at the time. So
It's also,
I feel like it's worthy.
Yeah, there's a zeitgeist, and sometimes whilst the individual contributions to certain things may not be the best in the world, another charity single for that things, the whole thing, Rock Against Racism, was a movement that made a big difference overall. It did make a difference, and it worked for a generation, and it started moving things forward. It was part of the backdrop. So those kinds of things, I don't mind it either. I think it's a useful thing. I don't think it necessarily changes the world, but it starts changing, helping to make people think, and that builds a consensus. It changes the consensus over time, which is never a bad thing.
Well, political songs can be a litmus test too, because all those idiots who were using "Born in the USA" as a positive song during the Trump rallies didn't understand it's a protest song against all the American.
It is a protest song, yeah.
And they thought it was a positive song because they're stupid.
I spoke to someone in Berlin the other week who has acquired the CS80 that Bruce Springsteen had in the studio when he was recording that album.
You're joking.
No.
Really?
That's got to be one of the iconic CS80 sounds.
It's needs work,
Yeah.
apparently, but
It's a good
I said,
song,
I know a guy,
Yeah.
but I can't remember where. It's somewhere in Germany, I think.
Oh, some.
He's busy at the moment, though. The guy that you know, he's fiddling with his long, skinny screw.
We've got the Winwood one coming tomorrow,
Oh yes.
if you insist.
Stephen.
Yeah.
How's young Stephen going?
Ken, tomorrow,
Hello.
if it rains, it looks like it's going to rain a lot tomorrow. If it does, just make sure you're on higher ground.
Yeah. I can always stand in the chair. There's Irish for you. This Mustang used to be there. After all that. So we don't have to worry about changing it to originality.
That works in a pub. Doesn't work anywhere else.
So the reason why you've got the panel off the door is so that you can put a massive, huge subwoofer in there, isn't it? That's the only reason why.
But
you
it's got
have panels
a
off doors.
small one. a very small one.
Yeah, but it only drives on the block in it, so he can't do much damage with the subwoofer in that car. So.
No, he just relies on the car to do the damage to everything else.
Do you remember the days? I think it was the 90s where everyone was getting those the boxes with the big subwoofer in it.
They're still around.
And the amp and
Yeah.
and they'd pop the back window out because they didn't quite get the acoustics right.
My favorite was the mini truck era, where the guys would put not only hydraulics in the bed of the mini truck, so like a dump truck, but they'd be full of speakers. You ever see that?
Well, the first time I ever saw it was years ago when I lived in Malaysia, and driving around the city of Penang,
Yeah.
and there's all these little minivans just decked out with lights and speakers and graphic equalizers and all sorts of
Oh yeah,
cool
they
stuff.
do it with their tuk-tuks
Yeah.
also. The tuk-tuks get all crazy.
Yeah, it was cool. You'd go for a drive and they'd have some crazy Malaysian music playing that you were forced to listen to. It was an experience. Look at that speaker, people. Look at that. That's going to blow your
Huge,
ears,
man.
mate. It's huge. Put it away.
Give it up.
That sexy thing.
Oh man, alive! Come on.
I mean, you could use it as a high pass filter.
I'm going to need the under the muscle out here, so.
Oh,
I'm going to have to hold the
watch your
door.
hand going in there.
Yeah.
Whenever I work on old cars, I always cut bits of hand and arm, and you never ever come back without any injuries. It's always there's always an injury.
Well, it's the same with the
No matter
standard
what.
PC cases too, right? Get all cut up from the
Oh
things.
yeah, the PC cases. Yeah. I got wise with that though, Andy. I used to put the glove on when I started. When I started doing it a lot, I used to put the gloves on.
Well, I think this is pretty much ready to come off.
I tried to do it more like operation, where I tried to not touch it.
Yeah.
I suppose you could take the door handle off.
I used to cut myself more on the server blade cases than anything else because everything was all really tight.
Yeah.
Especially the little 1Us that we used to do. Everything was tight as, and they went all the way back. The massively deep cases that you'd pull out, and everything was kind of just all laid out, and you have to sort of get into it. Everything was tiny, little miniature sort of tight angles for everything.
Yeah,
And
crazy
my fingers didn't enjoy it at all. Too big.
Guess what's on
Well, it was really groundbreaking when Apple made the G4 case. Where you just flip the thing, it opens up, and everything is right in front of you. All the space you need. It's beautiful.
It was a good case, wasn't it? I liked it.
It's
There was
beautiful,
another one I
man.
used to like. There used to be this Taiwanese company. I don't know if they're still around. I think they're called XPC or something. And they made this little, mini form factor, like a micro ATX form factor case called the Shuttle.
Oh yeah, shuttles are great.
Like mid 2000s. I bought a stack of them for clients. Absolutely, they were flying off the
Well,
shelf.
my friend has 2 of them. They're pretty nice. Yeah.
But you just pull the back off, like a little shell come off the back, and then everything was just all flip up. There was no screws or anything. You just flip up, that's the drive. Flip
very
up, that's the DVD player. It was really clever.
And cheap too, pretty cheap.
They were really cheap.
I found this on Kickstarter the other day. This is for Mac Mini. So basically, I'll play the video. This is so cool. Basically, you drop the Mac Mini into this little chassis, and it gives you all this added connectivity, and you can stick 2 NVMe drives in there as well.
And even made it look like the cheese grater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good old cheese grater. Make more cheesy music on it. There's a lot of connectivity in it.
Yeah. You just slide it on, screw it in, boom.
So is it connecting up to USB-C inside, is it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you drop it in, I guess you just drop it onto one of the sockets, and then you get all this extra stuff. Or maybe even both sockets. Oh, there you go. I think it shows it. But yeah, I mean, you can stick dual SSDs in there. Yeah.
That's actually pretty good just for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind the extra connectivity either.
And it's $149, 112 quid.
Jeez,
That includes,
steal.
isn't it? And then you just obviously you buy your Mac Mini, which is probably pound for pound one of the best computers out there at the moment.
Although it's cheap, I've been burned on now 3 Kickstarter things. I'm not too sure
Well,
about another ones.
their goal was $5,000 and they've got 101. So I think, I mean, yes, there's still always a risk, but
it was only 14 days to go.
yeah.
It's a similar idea to the bases
Yeah,
that they
flick
did
and
for the
select,
M1s, the
man. Oh,
M2, and all that. Isn't
Yeah.
it? I mean, I've got one, the Satechi ones, where you can
Yeah.
stick a drive in them and so on and so forth.
Because I think where my Mini is at the moment, it's behind. It's like behind everything. I've got one of those corner desks that you can no longer get at IKEA, and it's like triangular in almost, right? And it's kind of behind everything, and I never ever touch it because I've got those broken USB things that you extend it out from. So if I want to plug something in, it's easier to get to those. But
What is it then?
I kind of feel like it would use up less desk space if it was standing vertically like that.
I also saw another one where somebody had developed a little bracket, and it just clips on the underside of your desk, and then you just slide the Mac Mini in one of those.
You can download those and 3D print those off of
Really?
Thingiverse.
Yeah.
There's loads of them on there.
Nice. I just saw that. I thought that is it looks cool, and it adds so much to what is already a really cool little unit.
Yeah.
Definitely for the M.2 drives. I reckon that's cool.
Yeah, they do a comparison here, Matt. Look, with your Satechi ones, so you get an extra USB-A, you get the same USB data rate, plus you get 2 display ports on this one, which you don't on the Satechi, which gives you extra connectivity there. You can store an extra SSD, faster as well. Maximum 2.8 terabytes. RAID supports RAID. Oh, that's a good idea. You could use. I mean, if you weren't using the storage for anything else, you could use it for Time Machine, couldn't you?
Yeah.
How much is an 8 terabyte NVMe?
That's a good question.
They're expensive. Better to get
They're not
four-
cheap. Yeah.
better to get a 4
500
terabyte
quid.
or 2 4 terabytes. You know, I've got so many NVMe's. It's stupid. And the 8 terabyte ones, the thing is, you end up having unless you're using it just
600.
project to project. Yeah, project to
600.
project, it's great, and then you offload it to your whatever your NAS is. But you need to be able to back it up, because if they fail, and they can from time to time, they just, for whatever reason, not often, but when they do, you're screwed if you haven't got the backup. So NVMe's are great, but back the fuckers up.
Amazon have got the WD Blacks for 530 each. So
WD Black, 8 gig or 8 terabyte, 4 terabyte.
8 terabyte. Because it's the black, it's 7,300 megabits per second, right up to 6,600. So it's pretty fast. I mean, I've got a WD Black in my PS5. That works very well.
7,000 is what you want for the
At least,
the big
yeah.
ones. Yeah.
You have to make sure you got the PCIe interface. That is, you need PCIe 4 or preferably 5 to get those speeds. But yeah, it's a good thing.
And what does that
Touch wood,
have?
but the NVMe's I've got, or the M.2s I've got in this Windows computer are Samsung's, actual Samsung, what do they call them? Pro, something Pro, like numbers, like 990 Pro or something like that. And a lot of people have sworn that the Samsungs are the best ones to get, but I've just had a look and doesn't look like they do an 8 terabyte. Oh no, they do. Oh no.
I've seen it all now.
You haven't seen my Willy,
Oh yeah, they do.
unless you
Well, I
have
could
seen my
imagine.
Willy. What?
I know what a disease earthworm looks like. Yeah,
Your delivery let you down there, mate.
doesn't matter. Just call me UPS. I've seen some
Holy
things in my time.
Snoobers.
They drill holes in the glass for the bolts to go through to hold the door glass in.
Fair enough.
Not have a brace at the bottom of the glass that you do up that just holds it in place. It's drilled through the glass.
Good old American design.
That is insane. But
I mean,
I hope I'm doing these doesn't shatter the glass.
Probably so they could guarantee you have to buy the windows from them. No third-party ones.
It doesn't fill me with.
Right.
Oh, sure.
What's the time?
it's cheaper for me to get an 8 terabyte than it is for me to get 2 4 terabytes.
Which way is better, up or down?
But why is Samsung claiming they can do 14,800 megabytes per second? It's a big B, so megabytes per second read, and 13,400 megabytes per second write, with 2,700K IOPS on randoms. That is pretty impressive on their NVMe M.2s. 9100 Pros, if you're wondering what I'm looking at on the internet. So for me, I'd probably get one of those again, I reckon, because what's this Windows PC is 2018, so what's that, 7 years? That's not bad for an NVMe drive. 7 years. 7 years of me hammering it with video editing. So let's have a look. Is this Australian dollars or US dollars? I can never ever work it out. It's one thing I hate about this country. We've got a dollar sign, and so is the US, and you just don't know what
And
one.
so
they're
does
referring
Canada.
Some ideas in my time.
to. Let's have a look. 9100 Pro. No, it's Australian dollars. So you get a 4 terabyte 9100 Pro for $779 Aussie. That's pretty cheap. That's £390 for a 4 terabyte. That does those speeds I was talking about. 14,800 megabytes per second. I really doubt it would do it though.
What are the
Has anyone
IOPS on
actually
it?
proven? The IOPS is 20 random for random. Right is 2600K.
Wow.
That's
Don't-
big.
Don't lose it. Don't drop it.
Oh, don't drop your.
What part of don't drop it don't you understand, you fucking arsehole?
Hey, Ken, I bet some of those are two-people jobs, aren't they? I mean,
Sorry?
isn't that a two-person job, some of that stuff?
Yeah, technically. But we used to have to
You're funny, Wags.
learn on our own anyway, so you pick up all various techniques of holding shit and getting stuff back again when you do drop it. This one could be a little bit more weird. I think I have to remove that one as well.
Some great samples for industrial music here. Just some Skinny Puppy.
Did Robbie actually share us that link, or was he just being a prick and showing us it all, and then not share it with us?
Cool. Right. Should be able to do this. He said, laughingly. Does that one have to come out as well? No, it don't. Okay. Even get up to it.
What ROMs are you using there, Andrew?
I'm just using the standard ROM at the moment. I've got lots of others to put back in here, but just the standard ROM.
XL7 ROM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm taking it out.
I like the 3 sequencing modes you get on that box. It's really fun.
Yeah, we spent a long time talking about that, and what they were going to put in there. They already had a sequencer, but they were kind of using. We just said redo it from scratch. Make sure you've got the Roland one, the step time one, real time, and all the different sequences essentially, and then you have a different set of sequencing for linking together patterns.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty comprehensive.
Yeah. It's very powerful.
Yeah, very good. It's great for live. But I'm
What
just
are we looking
testing
at?
out
'Cause
whether
I can't see what it is. What is it?
I can't tell you. No, I can't. I can tell you.
Command Station XL7.
Oh, okay.
Emulator. Yeah, we had to put in. We put in.
You've got that, haven't you, Andy?
Sorry.
I got several of them. One got stolen, but I got
But
several.
the weird looking
Yeah.
pads on them, the weird shaped pads.
Yeah, but they're good.
It's the
And-
same shape shape pads they had in the ASR Pro X.
And there was that other thing that you had that's got the weird shaped pads on it as well, isn't it? That other weird project that kind of they stopped developing.
Oh yeah, the Beat Thang.
Beat Thing. Yeah, that's it.
Beat Thang by Beat Kangs.
That's the one.
Well, there was also all of the Launchpad and the Drumcat stuff. I think the pads were inspired by the Drumcat stuff.
Is anyone else clenching watching what Kent's doing? Because my fucking arsehole's as tight as a nun's chuff.
Yeah.
It's probably it's 2-dimensional, and you're probably thinking he's gonna he's
It's
gonna
that
do his
fucking old sheet of
testicles
glass
or
that I'm worried about.
He's going to slice his hip off, isn't he? He's going to be.
Is that glass or is that just a cable or something?
No, it's the window. It's the window.
Oh, really?
Is it the window, Kent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. He'll be all right.
Somebody's selling an E64 in the UK for 200 quid.
Robbie, send me the link of that
Probably
Kickstarter,
about right.
please.
Kickstarter link.
You can chuck it into the StreamYard or the chat or
I'm gonna have to let you go down.
whatever.
Okay. Let's break
There you
it.
go.
Jeez, get
It's
comes
in the
off
private
the other
chat.
side.
And the public one in case anyone else wants it.
Thank you, fella.
You're welcome.
That little sequence thing you were playing before, Andrew. I've heard that somewhere, and I'm trying to. I think it's like someone's actually put it on an album.
Oh, all of the sequences on here. We have hundreds of the fuckers, and yeah, they were all. Lots of them were nicked. Well, not nicked. They were used by other people.
Yeah, they were used.
Because
yeah.
it was really easy to do that, and it was a great way to get you going. And everyone, then they started squonking around with it. So
that I've heard that on an album somewhere, like a techno sort of band.
Years and years ago, I got a refill for Reason that was full of all of the EMU loops and stuff from the Orbit and the Carnival and all of those modules, and I'd sit there going through and playing them all and going, Yeah, I've had that one on the record. Yeah, that one's been on the record. That one was on the record. Oh yeah, that was that one.
Yep.
It's just insane.
But the thing
all of
is
those,
that you get
all of those
annoyed because
arpeggios-
you end up like pulling your hair out, wondering what was that I heard it on. And you're gonna
Yeah.
wake up at 2 a.m. and it was that.
but you can dive into each of those arpeggios because it's a MIDI sequence. It's essentially a limited sequence, and you can edit it or you can
It's
put
a little
your own
pattern
ones
generator,
together. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's very cleverly lined up.
That's what
I haven't played with that, but I've played with other EMUs with that similar sort of arpeggio stuff
Well,
on it.
This has also got the whole beats mode thing, which is where it puts together an entire preset. Just one single, one MIDI channel has drums, bass, pads, etc. And depending on what keys you press and how you instance it, it will essentially put together a whole track for you.
Is there a way to hack this now and get all the ROMs so that you can just, like a got G drive or something like that? Because it's got all the different ROMs.
Most
There are
of the
people
assets
cloning
are
the
out
ROMs
there.
now. There are clones out there you can get.
There's lots and lots of clones, or there's lots of sound banks which essentially use the sounds from it. And I've got all the original paperwork and the original MIDI files, audio files, all of that from I've got the EMU library essentially from when I was doing all the dev. So I've got a load of stuff there.
I also have a couple of the blank ROMs. You can flash your own stuff using the Emulator 4 sampler. There's a slot in
And
there
that-
for programming the ROMs.
Yeah, those are rarer than hen's teeth, and
They really are.
I used to use those for live sets because if you're using an E4, or if you were at the time using an E4 for samples, you could instead burn the samples onto ROMs, pop them into a P2000 or whatever, and it would mean that if anything happened with the electrics or anything else, it just switched on and it was ready to go straight away, rather than having to wait for samples to load up or just, it was immediately available. So for live sets, I know Genesis did a lot of that. Genesis, I think Kevin Monahan did a whole bunch of sound ROMs for Genesis, where he just transferred from the EMU into so great way of working, really good way of working.
I think one of my friends has got the Extreme Lead, the rack, the yellow rack. Yeah. So this has got double the voices, doesn't it, than the actual rack. So I think this has got 128.
It's twice the memory.
Twice the memory.
Twice the memory, twice the number of voices. It's got 32 MIDI channels as opposed to just 16. It's got 2 cold fire processors, which means the MIDI is processed, because this is a really MIDI intensive beastie. So the MIDI is processed faster than anything else on the planet, just about. It's very, very good.
So is it basically two lead ones and then they've just put them inside, or is they actually combine them properly? You know how like Roland used to do that trick with.
Actually, what it is, so EMU did a really clever thing with this whole range of things. So the Proteus 2000 was the basis for all of this, which was kind of from the Rompler early Proteus things. But they designed this platform, Proteus 2000, which was a lot more flexible and did a lot more things. And you could have 64 meg or 128 meg, versions, all sorts of things. And then when it came to this is essentially two P2K engines, or rather a super P2K engine with additional with the additional sequencing and additional control buttons, more patch chords. So there's a lot more going on this, but essentially it's all the same engine.
Yeah, the patch chords thing is really groundbreaking. It's like software modular. It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm going to I will be doing a vid on this sometime soon. I just needed to get everything else sorted out first, but I'll be doing a vid on it because it's and/or on the original P2K and.
Keeps talking about Andor.
Andor.
Have you watched it? I've
Yeah,
It's a good show.
it's great.
Yeah.
Is there a new season?
Watch it.
Season 2's just finished. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ooh, I gotta check it out.
there won't be a season 3.
I just don't like how it's not long enough. That's the only thing. I want more.
I read
been
somewhere the
speaking
other
to my
day.
wife.
I read somewhere the other day that they're planning on doing a supercut of or the TV series as a movie.
Yeah.
So they're going to. I don't know how they. I don't know whether that's true or not, or how they do it. But it was good enough. It was basically. I mean, season 2 is essentially 4 3-hour movies.
Basically
Yeah.
doing that with they're basically doing that with the Mandalorian, right? Because they're almost finished production of that, haven't they?
Yeah.
That'll be a movie very soon.
I thought they could have thought of a more imaginative title to that film. It's just The Mandalorian and Grogu.
But Baby Yoda would have done. Yeah, change it to Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
So, some advice, gentlemen. I'm just thinking about having
Eddie?
to plug in a load of... Yeah, I know, thinking, and me. I'm just thinking I'm going to need to plug in a load of devices that have mini jack outs. And mini jack outs are not, as we know, balanced, which is a pain in the ass. So, I've got several different mix boxes, identical mix boxes. Would it be better to come out of the mini jack to a stereo pair of jacks, 1/4 inch, unbalanced, and then balance the whole box, put some sort of DI on the box, on the mixer, or should I just hope that I'm not going to get a lot of noise from 1/8 inch jacks without any balancing?
Does it come out of the box unbalanced?
Yeah, so for instance,
Yep.
I mean, it's a great sounding thing, but yes, it's unbalanced. So
Unbalanced, yeah. Because sometimes they do them and they put stereo, TRS on each of the outputs.
well, this does have TRS, so I mean, this is an exception, but there are a number of boxes that are on
Just TS, yeah.
yeah, and I just want to work out the best way to I've never really, because I never really use them in a pro setup, or if I do, I'm using a DI box. That's at the studio.
Gents,
It
I'm
was
going to
unbalanced
dive
all the
off.
time.
I will
Babe.
see you all
mate.
later.
See you
Ta-da.
later.
Cheers.
See you on,
mate.
babe.
Cheers, Ethel.
I use unbalanced all the time without noise. Now I might just be lucky though with my setup. So I don't know.
If you use I don't know, dare I say it, but I use ADAT in here to get around the issues with unbalanced stuff, because that really fixes everything.
Yeah, but it's the source of the balance or unbalance. That's the problem. If you're starting off with an unbalanced signal, even if you put it into an ADAT thing, you've got an issue potentially with induced noise across the cable. So
If it's coming from the actual box itself, yeah. But if it's not, if it's a ground loop noise that's caused by your power structure or whatever it is, then yeah, it fixes.
yeah,
that
that's
problem.
a different thing. It's more about the cable because it's unbalanced. You tend to get more noise from an 1/8 inch cable. So it's either that or I just go in and balance. Could just do that, couldn't I?
Why do I need to verify my identity on Reverb? Have you guys seen that?
No,
Is this because it's got new owners?
possibly. I don't know. Have I?
Well, I've not had that problem. My problem lately is
Todd?
the stupid encrypted Facebook Messenger shit. Have you seen that?
No.
Where it's constantly bugging you about encryption messages and
I'm going to screenshot this because that's
it's annoying.
effing weird. Yeah, so Andrew, I would probably do what you suggested. The first idea, because if it's tried and tested with you before, I would keep doing it that way. Just use the DI box on it.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I just wondered if there were any
Yeah.
sort of small. What I don't want is to end up with another pile of gear with
Yeah.
cabling, etc.
I know what you mean.
But I think there's no. Okay, is there a way of balancing an unbalanced cable, like an eighth-inch headphone jack? Obviously not.
Other than a DI box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say
mean,
there is, then DI boxes probably wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, it's the phasing, right? That you could. You would have to invent some sort of electronics to do it, though.
I'm just looking it up now.
But that's the thing too, though, Andrew. Like, if you've got the DI box there, right? Try it without it, and if if it's gone through without a problem, then you don't need the DI box. And you've still got it for the next box that you want to connect up.
Yeah, I'm just, I just want to try and find a solution that I might already have. If there's a way of doing it. So,
The
stereo.
This kind of reminds me of when I used to have all these Korg Volkers here. I got rid of them, but the Korg Volkers were notorious for being noisy little shits. And I've had so many people talk to me over the years on YouTube about it. Where if you want to record them professionally, which quite a lot of musicians do want to record their Volkers professionally. After they've extracted them out of their rear ends.
We got a cleaner too.
Generally speaking, the only way that was tried and tested that we found was if you battery powered them. If you battery powered the Volkers, you would have the least amount of noise coming out of them. I know there's guys that will swear that they've never had problems with them, but
Well, I guess the other thing is you just, if you're not using them, you just switch them off and you only use them where you need to. That's the other way.
Oh, of course, yeah, because then you're not creating an extra sort of impedance loop or noise loop in your system, of course. I tend to do that in here, just in here. Like at the moment, everything's turned off, except for this part of the room here, and I use those little TP-Link power modules that plug into your walls, and you just turn little sections of your power on as you need it. It's handy.
Bonjour, Jeffrey. He's gone.
Hello.
It's frozen.
Oh.
Nice t-shirt.
My wife misses me yet. Hello, Fats a lot. How are you, mate?
Hey guys.
How you doing, Jeebus?
Yes, how you guys doing? Sorry,
Thank
I'm just
you.
putting on my
We're going well.
yeah.
We're in the Matrix.
I'm on vacation this week, so I'm so happy I can.
So he's still at home with his synthesizers.
Well, it's yeah. No, it's just a week to relax because it's really cold this week here. Like
Really?
last week was like 20. Last week was 25 degrees. This week is like 10.
Wow.
And raining. So
That's
Jesus, where do you live? Canada?
yeah, exactly.
Calgary.
He lives in the 51st state, soon to be 51st state.
Fuck off, Andy.
I couldn't resist.
I know. Actually, if California joined Canada, that would be a great country.
Well, California basically is a country. It's hilarious.
Well, that's it, exactly. You have the same population.
Well, the Mexicans
as
will
we
like
do.
it.
Mexicans?
Yeah,
they
they'd
can
love
go
it
back
because they
to
just go
Mexico.
straight up the west, wouldn't they?
A lot of the bullshit Trump said he wanted to do, Gavin Newsom basically said, "Fuck you. We're doing what we want to do." So,
Yeah, I like that. That was good.
Do you think then the name of Baja would change to Baja?
It's going to be.
well, I mean, this was called Alta California before. So.
Andy, have you ever been down that peninsula? Like into
Yeah,
the
I've been to
Mexican
Baja
side?
for the eclipse. Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
The 91
Yeah, I have.
solar eclipse, it was amazing down there.
What's the terrain like there? Is it kind of all like arid and?
If you like desert, it's gorgeous desert. But
So
if
it's
people
like-
hate desert, you will hate it. So
it's like Nevada, is it?
it's just cool. They have these cool like like the rock copies they have down in South Africa. You know the copies.
Yeah.
So they have a whole bunch of like rock piles like that all over the place. These huge boulders. It's really bizarre and beautiful, weird. Like there's a plant in California called ocotillo. It's this flowering kind of octopus-looking tree thing. And there's a relative of it down there called the boojum, named after the Lewis Carroll thing. And it's just a wacky-looking tree. And it's have weird plants down there. It's very beautiful.
And you can do that drive from there all the way up to Canada, essentially on the one, can't you? And that's just a brilliant road. That's a brilliant.
But I would never take the one that far. It's a really long trip.
It gets really shitty up north. I've driven from north of San Francisco all the way down to LA, and from San Francisco to LA is actually not too bad. But once you start going north of San Francisco, it starts to get quite rural. And
technically, you can't right now because they closed a good several mile section of it. So
yeah.
You were right, Rob.
What's that?
Door was a good place to start. And there's parts of it.
Oh, jeez.
When you say door, you mean the iron oxide representation of a door?
In the shape of a door, yeah. There's like a carpet of rust particles at the bottom.
No, it's called protection. It's protecting it.
Yeah, and they just bunged some body filler in it and blocked all the drainage pipes.
Natural decay.
If you like trees and weird-looking trees, Andy, there's an island which is part of, I think it's part of Yemen. It's called Socotra.
Oh yeah.
Well, it is.
It's probably not the most famous place in the world, but it's kind of like if you can imagine the Gulf of Aden, which is below Yemen, just off Africa. This island called Socotra, and they've got these really bizarre-looking trees that grow there.
Wow.
Almost like alien. I think they call them the cucumber tree or something.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Socotra, Socotra. Yeah,
correct.
Shit.
Yeah.
Gotta go and call. Sorry, guys.
See ya, Robbie.
Although I gotta say, I'm not too fond of the Yemeni practice of those fucking daggers made out of rhino horns. So.
Yeah. Oh, so that noise was coming
Oh
from
yeah,
Robbie.
it was Robbie.
Wow. That was noisy.
that was his fan.
He was using unbalanced cables.
He's like unbalanced cables.
And Volcas.
And Volcas, yeah. He hadn't extracted his Volca yet. I don't know if I want to do this identity verification for Reverb. I think it's like, it's kind
Yeah,
of
I've
like
just checked it. It's asking me as well.
I'm thinking,
It sends you an email and you just have to...
Is it
go
like the
through
porn
fucking email.
identification you have to do in several states here now, where you have to use your driver's license to get it?
porn. I'm just reading this now. I've clicked on a link that says, why do I need to do it? I'm just taking a screenshot of it because I can. It says, marketplaces like Reverb are required by law to verify sellers' identities. Okay, but by whose law? By their law. Not by my law. They're trying to, it's like, you read this, it's like they're trying to sell it. Once you're verified, millions of music makers looking for gear
No, I've
will
got
be
no
able to
audio.
shop your listing. Plus, you'll get access to tools to help you sell easily. It's like... In other words, you're saying that you're not going to let me sell my stuff now because I'm not verified. Let me see if my shop's still available. My shop's still there. Alright.
Alright, well, it's been fun, guys. I gotta go back to sleep, so I'll catch y'all later.
See you, Andy. Good on you,
See you
mate.
later.
Alright. So what shall I do, guys? Shall I be the non-conformist and just not verify?
You can can, and then you won't have. I mean, it's just a. Well, I say it's just. It is a. It is just an email check. You either confirm or you don't. And if you don't want to have anything to do with reverb, you don't.
Oh, so it's just an email check, is it?
It's an email check. It sends you an email to your whatever your registered email address is, and you follow it through from there. But some of those emails and some of the then identity checks can get pretty. Yeah, they're asking for a lot of data. Hi, Keith.
Oh, hello again. I've got audio now.
Hello again.
That's always a good thing.
No, this has taken me to this thing called True and it's asking me to verify my legal first name and everything. No, this is not just an email check.
No.
Right, in which case ignore it. That's what I'm doing. I'm ignoring it. I'm just going there.
Bye. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. If you don't use
I just don't trust. No, it's not about. I don't mind giving people my details, right? It's more that how many data hack leaks have we had? There's been too many for me to be happy about. My information is probably everywhere. Just go on the dark web, you'll probably find my password. In Australia, we had one of the major telcos hacked. We had one of the major private health insurance companies hacked. And my account was with both of those, so I'm really not happy about people storing stuff.
Even worse, over here we've just had the legal aid, which is the the law thing.
Yeah.
Law side, 2 million records have been hacked. That's just come out. So there's stuff there around people applying for maybe they're being abused by partners, domestic abuse things, or people in refuges and people fighting law cases. Yep. All of that information's now out in the wild. All of it. 2 million records.
All because people want verification.
Yeah. 2 supermarkets we've had hit this now, and one of the supermarkets has had one of its major suppliers hacked as well.
Yeah, that's Co-op, wasn't it?
Yeah, my daughter works at the Co-op, and she came back from work this morning and said, basically, we've got nothing. Yeah, they're just because the whole supply chain has just been disrupted, and they've got nothing because the Co-op literally pulled the plug. They disconnected themselves from the outside world so that these things weren't, whatever the malware was, couldn't do its thing, or they couldn't get it. So they literally pulled the plug. But yeah, it's been
billions of dollars that's going to cost them.
And Spain, they just reported their entire mobile phone network's gone down. A few weeks after their entire electricity system went down. So.
Guys, I've got to go pick the wife up, so I will catch you guys later.
See you later.
So, catch you in a while.
Bye.
Cheers, Rams. Bye.
Anyway, I'm not picking mine up. She's huge.
I just had this really scary moment. I looked at the clock and it was like 1 minute to 3, and I had a meeting at 3 o'clock. And then, just as I'm ready to go with the meeting, an email comes through saying, "Oh, can we postpone? I've got terrible hay fever and I'm a complete mess at the moment." So, okay, fair enough. So, always another pair of hands. Bit of percussive maintenance there.
Where did Andy go?
Finding out what's metal and what's body filler.
What, on the car or Fiona?
Oh. That's goose fat.
Goose fat. No.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
Well, at least your printer works.
Oh, she got it working?
Yeah, but not wirelessly though, is it?
No.
No.
It won't connect wirelessly for some reason.
Nothing you ever have connects wireless.
No, they don't. They're right.
Even your radio doesn't work.
I saw your picture of your spider bite, Keith.
But today,
Yeah, the new one.
yeah.
That little bite I got is
Yeah.
still red and itchy as fuck.
Yeah.
It certainly was last night. It's not so bad today, but
No,
it's
mine-
fading, but it's still there.
Yeah, no, mine's. Well, I've always said from day, well, not from day one, from day 2 or 3, it's just evolving. every day it's something different.
Keith is now more spider than man.
Well, I hope not. But you know, that started out at what was probably a small blister, probably half an inch or so.
Yeah.
But when I woke up in the morning, it had already burst.
Ooh.
Yeah, but to be honest, Robbie, it was so small that the fluid wouldn't have amounted to much.
Oh, right, okay.
And so the dead skin sat flat like in the picture today, and there was just a small amount of seepage. You know, when I got up and things like that, and then
Yeah, I get that in the mornings too.
Yeah,
Small amount of seepage.
tire not in it. Everyone else does.
Tenner.
How much?
Yeah.
But that's how it's gone. You know, it's sort of like the skin's now almost like it was a blister.
Yeah.
It's obviously now just dead skinned because, well, unless it sort of weeps overnight, there's nothing coming out during the day. So I'm not quite sure where it's going. You know, even my missus turned around and said, "Oh, it looks like it was a spider bite now."
Yeah, I have no idea what fucking bit me, but it's like it's still there's still a little red dot in the middle and a little bit of redness around the edges. But yesterday, I thought it was very slowly just getting a bit smaller and fading, and then yesterday I was sat on the sofa. I got, God, it's bloody itchy.
Yeah.
So I put some more of this. I forget what it's called now, but it's bite cream and stuff. I put that on there. That seemed to ease it a little bit. And I went to bed, and it was just like it was everything I could do to stop myself from scratching because I don't want to scratch it. It doesn't seem so bad this morning, but if I touch it, it feels itchy. But there's no broken skin or anything. It's weird.
No, mine's gone itchy round the outside of it.
Wank techniques again.
But it's still swollen. Not as much as it was, but it's still swollen and things like that. So, not sure where it's going now.
Right. 2-man job, my arse.
So have you taken the whole door off?
Yeah.
Are you going to leave it like that and cover it up, or put it back on?
Yeah. I'll leave it like this and cover her up. I'll do that when I do each panel. I want to have a look at this A post as well. It's just little bits all over again. Everything needs a little bit of work, or some bits just need an awful lot of work. Like that door.
Yeah, it doesn't sound too healthy.
And I don't see the point in ignoring it or covering it over.
Excuse me.
But it's nice to find out it was actually an original red Mustang.
Oh, it was red?
Yeah.
Ah.
So it's going back to say an original hue. Mind you, I think it's going to need 4 people to take that bonnet off.
Yeah, I suppose.
That bonnet, I think, weighs about the same as her car. But I stripped it right down to absolutely nothing. Now just the shell. Which is just as well, considering the size of the grinder I'm going to have to put to it.
You're not going to reskin it?
If to be honest with you, if I could find a skin, I would.
Okay.
But the frame itself is quite rusty as well, so it's going to have to be some reconstruction work done anyway. So I could put in like a half skin, just put in a bit at the bottom and weld it across, and then finish it off that way. But ideally, actually a new skin, but a 73 Muzzy Mark 1 skin, maybe. But it wouldn't hurt to phone around the shows, the breakers yards, because so many people like to come out of car shows, stamp on it, show it off, and then put it into a tree.
Yeah.
So as long as they hit the front or the back, I'll be fine.
Akai have just released a new firmware for the Force.
Oh yeah.
Full plug-in support, stem separation. It's basically what they had on the MPC.
Oh yeah, which reminds me, I need to update the Hydra.
Yes, I did Kent's one that I've got here the other day. Went absolutely flawlessly.
Yeah.
Good.
And does it make it? I mean, it's any good changes? Anything that you go?
I didn't. I literally just updated it. I didn't because
One
it's
of
on.
the main bugs that it fixes.
Oh, that
which I
burst.
Is you get this burst of notes all of a sudden when it's connected to a door. No idea why it just goes blah, blah, like that and stops. It scares the living crap out of you. Or the track you're writing.
I got a funny thing happened to me last week. Watching TV, then it shuts down, turns on, shuts down, turns on, and nonstop. Reset, did the same thing. Took it to the shop. Guy goes, fixes it. Cost me $240. Bring it back home. Turns it on. Hey, great, it's working. An hour later, turns off. It opens, turns off, turns on. And turns out that the board, well, there's something that's so fucked up that it just burns the board every time. So, got the money back, but need to buy a new TV.
Oh.
But
I thought you were going to say something. You go, and that's when I turned around and saw the cat sitting on the remote.
No, that would have been funny. Yeah.
Also cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can I get grease all over my hands taking a door
Robbie,
apart?
speaking of cheaper, there must be grease somewhere. Otherwise it goes.
So you froze there, so I missed half of that. What did you say? Because you froze. You froze. Yeah.
No, I've left the keys in the car. I'm locked out.
What?
Yeah.
Have I just dipped into an alternative reality?
Probably.
No, Jeffrey freezes.
It's a good place to be, mate.
Well, all of you guys are freezing, so I don't know. It could be just my connection that's fucked up. Is it better?
Yeah,
now?
because you're freezing for us, but we're all seeing each other okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Weird.
Yeah, you're not a
Canadian
member
thing.
of our club. You're part of the freezing club.
So I was asking Robbie, you have a BB12 again.
I do. Yes.
Is it yours, this one, or is it a loaner?
No, this is mine. Has come back. It's returned. It had its little holiday in France, and then it had an extended holiday in the customs bonding warehouse at Stansted Airport for a week, until it eventually got released. And
oh, wow.
she is now
all yours.
She's back.
Good.
And all fixed.
All fixed? What, was she broken?
Yeah, that's why she went away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like an idiot. So there's, I don't know if you can see on the side of this. You see that there? There's a knob. There's a big knob sat in the chair, but there's this little knob on the side that adjusts the lumbar support in some fashion or other. And there's one on both sides. One does one thing, the other does another. Anyway, long story short, I was messing around with this harmonium that my wife had rescued from her mother-in-law. It used to belong to her dad, and then used to belong to his dad, and his dad's dad, and blah, blah, blah. And I went like this, and I'm not going to do it again. I went like this, and as I just slightly backed in, I heard this little crack.
Oh,
And I thought, what the fuck? And I looked and I chipped. So it's like a chipped tooth. Chipped this little triangle out of the front of the key.
right.
It's got about a centimetre drop on the key, on the front of the key. And I just cracked that. So completely unaffected in its use. It still worked fine. It was purely cosmetic.
Right.
And I was furious with myself. And I thought, okay, it's fine. Look, nothing's damaged. The synthesizer still works. It's fine. Every morning I walk into this room and the first thing I look at was that little chip. And after about 2 weeks of living with it, or not living with it, shall we say, I thought, oh, fuck this. So I spoke to Arturia and I said, can I buy a replacement key? And they said, yeah, of course you can buy a replacement key, but unfortunately you have to recalibrate the entire keyboard when you replace one key because of the full touch mechanism, because it's completely different to just a regular keyboard.
Right.
So we have and the only place in the world that can recalibrate a Polyboot 12 keyboard is Arturia in Grenoble. So I said, okay, maybe I will live with it, and I couldn't live with it. So I emailed them back and I said, okay, how much will it cost? Because obviously this isn't covered by any sort of warranty. And the lovely lady who no longer works at Arturia, maybe that's why, she turned around and said, no, I send you a label, you box it all back up, send it to us, I'll get them to fix it, and I'll send it back over.
Oh, wow.
Free of charge.
Wow.
What can you say?
That's pretty cool. Yeah. No shit.
So it goes off, but unfortunately it landed in the office, or the wherever the engineers work, at a time when half of the engineers had gone on holiday, so they were getting a little bit behind. And because mine wasn't a customer warranty job, it was a kind of favour.
Yeah.
Mine went to the bottom of the queue, which I was fine. I didn't need it sort of urgently for anything. And then eventually they got it sorted, and I knew it would happen because it happened when it was originally delivered to me. Because they said they would get it to me last year. They said they'd get it to me before Super Booth, and it actually arrived when I was at Super Booth. And I was like, ah! And it ended up being left in a lean-to at the back of my house, so slightly exposed to the elements. Thankfully, the elements were favourable. And I said to my wife when I left on this year for Super Booth, I said, I bet you anything I'll be calling you in a couple of days to check when you're at home, because I bet you they'll send it back when I'm away again. And lo and behold, I got the shipping notice on the Tuesday, and I was flying on the Wednesday. But luckily for me, I don't know, it got held up in customs, because UK customs is fucking shite now because of Brexit. And they wanted all this extra information, and I was in Berlin. So I provided them with everything I thought was needed. It took them a good old week or so of hassling them every day to eventually they got it released, and it arrived. When did it arrive? Monday? Tuesday? So, no, it was before the weekend. So yeah, but she's all fixed and she's all done, and I'm happy. And now I'm paranoid. Whenever I move my chair, I'm always trying to go this way and not that way.
Yeah.
But I want it near me because I want to play it. I love playing it. I could put it over there somewhere, but I don't. I want it here, and unfortunately, I don't have enough room. So I've lowered my chair so that knob now is level with the actual metal panel rather than the keys. And if I lean back, it just goes lower. But then it drops me down in the frame, because when I did the show on Friday, I was like, well, what's going on there? I need to put my chair back up. But I'll figure something out. I was going to try and find a big piece of foam or something I could put around it, that knob. But, yeah. So now I have all my brutes. I have my Polybrute 12, I've got my Polybrute 6, and then just out of shot I've got my Matrix brute. And I've got all those kind of fired up because I'm doing this thing with Kent and I just wanted to make it all brute. All the brutes.
It'll be
So-
beautiful,
It'll be, yeah.
Oh,
That's it.
as they call it.
yeah, that was brutal.
Love that. Oh, how about put a thin desk there to put it on instead of an X stand? It's not on a stand. Look,
It's the wooden legs.
I've got the proper wooden legs and shit. I did think about putting on a slightly different stand, but then I've got the legs, man.
Got the legs, got to show them.
Exactly. They are lovely, the legs. They complement it very well. Because if I have it any higher, then I'm sort of like sat there playing like this. Oh, I don't know. First world problems.
I need a cough tea.
A cough tea.
Okay, if this starts first time without any trouble, no throttle, no choke, happy bunny.
I'd say it worked.
That is missing a supercharger, isn't it?
That runs a lot better than it did last week.
Yeah, does it? Is it supercharged or is it just?
No.
No.
I haven't got a Hemi on it or anything. Just got the holly.
And the ivy.
But it sounds like I did put it all back together properly.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's a bit of door. Right, let's put the cover on it then. Rather than advertise the fact. We could do this end first.
Filter. Right. Control. Got it.
Hide the fact there's no door on it.
Can you just not put the dogs in there overnight? Put Lily in there.
And take the upholstery and steering wheel out first.
Yeah.
Well, dashboard.
Ken,
Hello.
put Lily in there.
Yeah. Surely, when I come out the next day, all the interior's gone.
Well, that's what Keith just said. Yeah, put Lily in, take the upholstery out.
I'd say that was about a foot too short, but it doesn't advertise the back of my door.
You say you got you put an immobiliser on it, don't you?
Yeah. Mind you, there's a security camera right there,
Yeah, they don't give a fuck nowadays, do they? So.
and they'd have trouble even if they did try to start it. Oh dear me. So there you go. Wow. Well, that's the keys in it, isn't it? No, I didn't. Yeah, okay. Right. Right, that sense of coffee coming on.
Mm-hmm.
It's fancy a day of no keyboards. Maybe play them, but not work on them. And I'll be honest, I didn't have the intention of stripping down and taking off the door today. But seeing as I have, I might not be working on keyboards tomorrow either. Come on. Mind your head, Lils. Do you want a tea, sweet pickle? Yeah. Oh, she cut then. Hello, Siri. Oh, yes, I've been gone 2 hours. Surprised I haven't cut your wrist yet. Yes.
Must be time for a Tim Tam.
Who did what?
Must be time for a Tim Tam.
Always time for a Tim Tam. Huh? Tim Tam, yeah. You don't like white chocolate, do you? Yeah, not
All racist.
Ones are mine, are they?
Yeah. Name Kent.
Yeah, I love colour.
Spawn. Spawn. Just water from you.
You don't mind anything all right, okay,
Signature.
What your mate does now, Rob?
Yes.
There's nobody in the front room. It's just bugs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or wines. There it
He's
is.
whinging now.
Oh, let me on my own.
But if I go, come off the settee, go.
Oh, I'm so lonely. Oh, poor aged puppy.
Come on then. I should see you popping into the kitchen.
There you go.
Oh.
Hoppity hop hop. Come through back.
Oh, look at him.
You going out for a wee wee? Go wee wees. Yeah, go wee wees.
Who is it?
Right behind you.
Oh,
Come on, make way, gentlemen and ladies. Come on in. Come on, go wee wees. Come on.
Bless his little cotton socks.
Come on in. Off you go, go wee wees. No, he doesn't want to.
Come on, you. Come on, you. No, you keeps this food on the go.
Oh, we've got our box.
Yeah, so that door was so rusted at the bottom. The inner door trim is actually screwed on. Yeah, when I checked the other door, it was faultless. This is a second-hand door from somewhere. Darling,
Yes.
Michael, do you have access to Google then?
Hey, I hope you guys were not offended by the Bert and Ernie joke.
Oh, horribly.
That was
I
funny.
wasn't offended you posted it. I was offended by Kent saying, but it does fucking look like you. And I'm thinking, no, it fucking doesn't.
Do you know what? I
it's a
showed
char-
it to Fiona this morning. I went,
Oh,
"What
fuck
do you
off.
think?" She went, Robbie!
Fiona, fuck off.
Sorry.
Well, but then I looked at Bert and I went, oh, Kent.
Hey, Bert. Wanker.
No, it was just too funny.
What a wanker.
Oh dear. Never mind. Don't worry. Noah still loves you, mate. Don't you? Hey? You come and say, look, I'll pick you up in a minute. You come and say hello to your mate. Yeah? I think it's, we've got 2 oaks, and one of them died a few years ago. Come on in.
Oh, look at him.
Ready? Come on in. Go up. Come on in. Come and say hello. Look. It's your mate. Look.
Gorgeous little fella.
It's your mate. Yeah?
He's like, I don't give a fuck about him. He don't come see me anymore.
Oh.
Oh, his little face. He's a little face.
Yeah, look.
What about me, Dad?
Yeah. What about me?
Why is he so special?
Me go. Yeah, you're a good girl too. You know when Fiona was messing around with that rabbit puppy yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Nelly saw her doing it and goes, okay. What did we find down the garden this morning?
Yeah. A toy rabbit with the shit fucked out of it.
No, completely unmolested.
No, really?
Unmolested. She just loves stealing things.
Yeah.
Oh, steady. There you go. Support your own weight. There's a good lad. There you go. Look at his lovely collar.
Great colour.
Ginge.
Yeah, while I was out working at the car, this very young lady come by.
Come here.
And she had this little, I think it's a Staffordshire Bull Terrier.
Mm.
And she's like, and his tail's going. I go, hello, mate. And he comes over and jumps up and picks him up, give him a cuddle.
Oh.
And she goes, oh, I'm sorry. I said, no, don't worry. This is my daily life. And he was beautiful, so friendly.
Mm.
Excited, wasn't he? Hey, can you smell him? You're not interested, are you? What? Your ones do that, Keith.
No.
Stinging.
No, they don't really. No, I mean, one of them's got a voice.
Yeah.
Not like that.
Because he does his
Yeah.
especially when there's sausage on the go.
I mean,
But
yeah.
none of them do that howly scream thing that you see on YouTube.
No, mine do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
God.
But I mean, it's when we're not home.
Oh, right.
You know, it's usually when the last of us has gone to work, which is usually the missus. Sometime around lunchtime, and then sometime before we come back in from work. They sort of look at the clock and go, yeah, about now.
I found them, but there's no prices on.
Found them, but there's no prices.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Where?
TJ Clothing.
That's in the States, though, isn't it? So I can get door skins, but I have to ship them over from the States.
You probably buy a door in the States, Kent. They remake all sorts of things over there now.
Yeah. Well, what worries me is the weight of that door and the shipping cost for it.
Oh yeah, it'd be
a few quid, wouldn't it?
outrageous. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh well, we looked. Go on. Right. Give us a smooch. Smooch. I can't remember. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, go on. £523, and probably double that to ship it here. Okay.
Is that a door or a skin?
I think that's the whole door. How much are the skins, if they have them? That is the skin.
That's expensive.
That is expensive.
But when you watch the American sort of car fixers and or restorers, and then you watch wheeler dealers when they're out the States, things like that, they don't pay nothing like that.
Oh, and they don't ship to the UK either. All right, I'll get some sheet steel, and I'll remake the bottom of the door.
Go and buy an old English wheel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all right. I'll get me metal forming thingy out of the out of the garage. I'll make up a door for it.
Bet.
Be cheaper. There's no point in having these skills if I'm not going to use them. Although they have come in very handy when it's been working restoring synthesizers, I must admit. All right, Fluffy.
Yes, thanks, darling.
Oh, I tell you what, I'd love to get the brush to this dog.
Did it not come with a brush?
You even pick up the brush, right? And he's like, "Hi." Little git. The others love it. They come over to get brushed, you know. It's the one that squirts steam out.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, so it grabs all the stuff. Oh, look. Hello,
so that doesn't look like a husky.
No. Doesn't molt like a husky either, Ken.
No,
so,
no, that's true.
So this one's got some brownie points to it.
What's his name?
Bet.
Bet. Oh, her name.
Yeah. Oh.
Ah, cutie. You see this? You missed out. I told you. You
It's
should have stayed on my lap.
It's a little Italian model.
Beautiful.
Aren't you? See?
Are you trying to wipe your nose? Sorry? Hair for 1.5K? Yes.
But they must have a rarity value then, Kent. They're not. You know, you watch American restoration programs, and they buy sort of panels absolutely no problem at all.
Yeah.
And including bonnets and boot lids and bumpers and things. Everyone's just remaking them out there. But can't speak about doors. There's an awful lot more to them, isn't there? It's not just a flat surface, I suppose.
Doorless Mustanging, yeah. Well, Fortunately, I have the tools to rebuild it. It will take time, obviously, more time than just hanging a new door, but
He has the technology.
yeah. I could be in a situation where I don't, and I'd be well buggered, and I've got to start throwing 2K around to get another door for it. What? Yeah. The hinge bolts are £8 each. What's the name of that place? I saw them coming.com. Yeah, CJ Pony is expensive anyway. Because they hold so much stock. Charge what they bloody like. They got stuff nobody else has got. It's just that I want them to open a branch in Yule. That would be brilliant, yeah. I might put a sniffer out on the Mustang Club on Facebook. Problem is, it's mostly full of good old boys.
Just good old boys.
Or just going on about doing their, 2-inch lowering kits all the time and fucking stuff like that.
See, the other problem you've got is you've got everyone getting their cars out for the summer, so they're all, brush them up and things, and going, oh, that looks a bit rusty. Better get that done. Better replace that.
Yeah.
Everyone could be looking for. Everyone could have garaged their cars for 6 months and come out with a rusty door or two or something.
Yeah. If I was ordering the door in December, I'd probably get a few quid off.
Yeah, I mean, we've had it at work on the phones. The amount of people that are phoned up with, let's say, 15 to 20 odd year old BMWs and looking for parts and things. Some of them are still out there, and if they aren't, they're not cheap. So it's not a great market, but
Nelly, stop being jealous. No, Max says you'll come down and make your printer wireless. I think it means he's just going to pull the mains plug out the back or something. There you go, wireless.
No wireless.
There you go. Pair of scissors. Yeah, there you go. I bet you can.
Alright. I bet you attempt.
Alright, the challenge is set. Yeah. I've still got to take a grinder to it and see how much of it is metal and how much of it is plastics. Body filler. Assess how bad it is. Judging by the amount of rust pieces there are inside the door, not good. But done worse, so we'll see how it goes. Just make sure there's drainage holes in it when it's done.
Mm-hmm.
The door mirrors, the door rubbers along the top are not the most efficient ones I've ever seen in my life, I must admit. I can't believe they drill through the glass and put bolts through it to fit onto the mechanism.
They do. I mean, one way or another, that's how they're held on. I mean, what was the old days then? Just a trough with a piece of rubber that you put the rubber in and it folded down as you push the glass in, and that was it. I was brought up on those days, selling lumps of rubber for people to put their glass back in the car.
Even the bump stops for the window, because it has no top frame, they drilled holes either end of the glass and put these plastic nodules on that hit little brackets that stop it from going any higher. Otherwise you could wind it completely out the door, sort of thing,
No, I think can't remember. how long
Of course, it made it
your
an absolute bloody nightmare to get the glass out, but there you go. Caught me on the wrist anyway.
Ginger.
There's another tail.
Come up here.
How many dogs altogether, Keith?
6. Just
Yeah, I'm
just one
catching
more
up.
than you.
I'm catching up, mate.
You are just one more than you, Kent.
Yeah.
Ginger, come and show your face. Come on,
Mm.
come on. Here we
Go
go.
on, Ginger.
Oh, he's not very keen. He's not very keen, are you, Ginge? Eh?
Oh, beautiful.
Eh? I love his colour in the sun.
Yeah.
It's absolutely. I mean, he's actually got a double coat like the Huskies. So
yeah.
And he's very, very slowly over the last couple of months. I've never known a dog like it. He started to blow his coat from his back end, and
yeah,
it's going to take months, isn't it?
Oh.
Eh? Months, I tell you. Eh? Eh? There you go. Do you want to go? Hmm? Good boy.
Well, I'm gonna have to leave you guys.
All right, sweetie.
We'll talk to you next time. I'm off all week. If you're back, I'll be back.
Take care, bye.
Okay, you too.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
Yeah, see you, Jeff.
See you, Kate.
Bye.
Oh, Christ, I need this coffee. Oh. Oi, 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 oi. So how many Huskies altogether then?
Just the 4 Huskies.
Just the 4?
Well, yeah, the 4 Huskies, the ginger dog, and the that curly brown poo that we've got. Yeah, once the Huskies go, they're not being replaced.
Yeah.
So that's all right. I think the oldest is 15 and a half, or should be 16 in the summer.
Oh, wow.
The other two have just turned 13.
Yeah.
Sisters. And there's a
flies by, doesn't it?
In a way, it does. Yeah, it's I mean, yeah, because we've had him. Well, yeah, because that curly brown dog's 2 years already. She's just had her second birthday and things. So we've had him, ginger dog, just over 2 years. We got him slightly before her.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. Time flies. It does.
Yeah. I suppose Lily's coming up to being a year old.
Oh, she's still not made a year yet.
Don't think so, no.
Oh.
Phoebo, how old is Lily, do you reckon now?
Ask Wagyu, he knows everything.
10 months?
10 months?
She? Oh no, she's
Okay.
still got. Yeah, you've still got good at 8 months. You've grown then, haven't you? And maturity.
Yeah. God knows what age Charlie is. No idea.
No.
And the same for Noah. No idea. Bruno is old.
No.
But still going strong. So.
I quite like it with the Huskies when they've got white on their faces, especially around their mouth and jaws, because then you don't see them age.
Yeah.
You know, the colour on the top of their head will go grey eventually, or white. and things like that. But the rest of the, people look awful a lot around the muzzles of dogs to see if they're getting old or not. But say you can't tell with huskies.
Yeah. Yeah, because Noah's head's all white now.
Yeah.
But I mean, even when Siri was a pup, she had white here all around her chin.
Yeah.
Which she still got, so she kind of looks old all the time anyway.
Hmm.
And it does disguise the fact. Because I think she must be 7 or 8 now. Seems like only yesterday she was a pup sitting on the settee.
Yeah.
But she's my little shadow, this one. No matter where I go, there she is at my feet. Aren't you, Siri? Hey?
Yeah, I haven't got a dog like that particularly.
No?
No, which is fine.
Yeah.
Because then they'll take it in turns to come up and they want the fuss rather than all of them. They've learned to take turns at it rather than all just try and pile in together.
Yeah.
The stroke me sort of thing.
Yeah, but it also removes that element of possible jealousies as well.
Yeah.
I know, because Siri gets jealous. If I make a fuss of Lily, for instance, she comes over and wedges herself between us and does a lot of like this at Lily, who couldn't give a crap one way or the other.
Yeah.
Lily's very much her own dog.
Yeah. No, we've got one husky that has to be encouraged to come over for a fuss.
Yeah.
And you just have to keep at it. And then as long as you keep at it, then she'll just come with her own accord. But if you didn't do it for a few weeks, she'd just forget and just go, "Are you over there?"
Well,
and
yeah, well, I mean, in many ways, Charlie's like that. You call him over. He won't come over. You go over to him, and you go put your hand on his head to rub his head, and he just pulls his head away. Just doesn't want to know. So, all right, Nels. Hello, Nelly. Hello. Scratch the bum, eh? Yeah. You're a good girl. Yes, you are. Oh, there you go. Hey. Yeah, good girl. Yes, you are. Don't let Siri see me doing this. Right. Oh, yes. Don't know what happened to Rob. Did he fall off his chair?
I think he chipped a tooth on the tour and he's just running down the road screaming.
Yeah, I bet. Bloody hell. It's a lot of paraphernalia, though, for that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mind you, I suppose if he'd known,
Mm.
he probably still would have sent it. He would have knew it was going to be that much of a pain in the arse.
Are you not tempted to open yours up?
No.
Just to look?
No.
Is that just in case?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh, yes. No, if I have to open up a scent, it's because I have to. If I don't have to, I won't.
No.
As you say, just in case. So
I suppose between the key bed and the two-shade thingy,
yeah,
you don't know what you're disturbing then, do you?
No,
I suppose.
Exactly. So, and it depends on if Robbie makes any headway with Arturia about looking to get a UK service centre for them.
Right.
Because I'll quite happily work on them. As long as they supply me the parts, I'll work on all the Arturia stuff, but no problem.
Yeah.
Because they do like their gear.
Yeah, it'd be right to the say, Mr. Spong, you need to come to the French country and we have to teach. Well, it is, isn't it? Because they'd say, look, we've got the gear here, but we can't just ship it over to you. You know, say your key replacement and testing, but you need to be trained. But we can't train you in your own country. You know, it'd be a bit of a sticking point.
Well, we'll see. If they do require that, I suppose Fiona could always go over instead.
True.
Tell me when she comes back. So she's relatively attuned to them now. You know, synthesizers in general. Well, she's had no real choice. They've been under her nose since we started going out together. So. But she knows her way around the inside of a JP8. So.
Yeah.
Strangely, you haven't got any more in at the moment. They've gone quiet. Normally, there's always one or two JP8s here, but not now.
Yeah, I suppose some of it is, I suppose, how much stuff goes out on tour and gets gigged.
Yeah.
And how much people realise that the impracticality of taking one out now, if they've had, they've had breakages on tours and things like that, or breakdowns, and the inconvenience that causes, then there's probably enough Roland stuff to cover the JP8 as much as anything else out there.
Pretty much.
As much as the VSTs and things. There's probably enough to.
This is why you don't see many proper P5s now, because you don't need to take a P5 out. Well, an original P5 out. You can take the reissue without any trouble and save on wear and tear. So so they've all dipped off. I think most of the Rev 2s that are still around are probably not working or in a cupboard somewhere. Well, that Nels, there's a good girl. I'll go and put this on charge, darling.
Trouble is, if they all turned up on eBay at £100 a piece, not working, there wouldn't be any value in buying them all and fixing them, would there? Or would there?
It depends on how much of a stick up the arse the guy's got in owning an original. You know?
Yeah.
And there ain't many, put it that way. Oh, God, come on. It's really hard trying to find a plug socket blind. Oh, these shoes. Oh, God. Oh, let's get rid of them. Pain in the butt. I have to put them up high, otherwise Lily steals them.
Oh.
She loves these shoes.
Is she the Velcro?
Here I go. You happy now? Oh, Christ, hang on.
Simmerphone.
Hello. It is indeed.
What's it betting it's time?
Okay. Go on. Yeah.
Well, I'll say hello to the chatties, because yet again I'm in this terrible garden with this terrible weather, and I haven't got anything with a chat on it. And even if I had something with a chat on it, I couldn't read it because I haven't got the right glasses on. So I haven't been ignoring you. I've just not been able to read the chat.
Right. Right. Let's have a look here. See, the main issue would be that it is mostly SMT electronics. Well, it means it would be too modern for me to work on, because I work on the older stuff. I don't know. Let's have a look. Yeah, so you may have to, unfortunately, take it to one of the expensive places. Yeah, essentially, yeah. Trying to think.
And for the train spotters, you'll have to go without numbers because the undergrowth on the embankment's grown up too high to read the train numbers now. So
yeah, you're looking at London, aren't you? There is a service centre, but it might cost you a couple of quid. But it might be an idea to get a quote off them first before they do anything, if you know what I mean. Otherwise, you might be getting a bill where you go, well, bloody hell, I might as well just go out and bought another one. Yeah. Yeah, I try somebody like that. So people who've got more experience with the surface mount electronics. So because I specialise more in the the 1980s, early 80s stuff, 70s and stuff. So well, it depends on where you're standing, really, doesn't it? I suppose. So yeah, I mean, have a little shop around. You never know, but it's yeah, that'd be best bet. I'd ring round and see who says the things that makes you smile the most, kind of thing. Yeah. All right, buddy. Yeah, no problems. All right, mate. Ta-da. Get back. Here we go. Yeah, I don't think I'll take on a Prophet 12. Bless you.
they're not old, are they?
No, that's the main problem. It'd be all.
No, I understand that, but
it'd be all surface matter. But yeah, apparently it's got a very weird problem. So it's doubly no, thank you. So he may have to take it to the synth service centre.
Yeah.
Which I hope he's got a mortgage. Because they are not cheap in any shape or form.
Is that a one board synth or two board?
Pass.
You know. Was it
dual.
sounds like a two sounds like a two board, doesn't it? I think that's how they double up, isn't it, from a 6 to a 12, put another board in.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a hybrid jobby.
Sounds like a new board would be a better bet, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if they can get the parts for it.
In the throwaway society.
Clearly not new enough to come under warranty, so
no.
He wants to sell it anyway, so he may end up just selling it as broken or with a strange fault.
Yeah, it's interesting actually. I mean, could you not at one time or still upgrade the 6 to a 12 by putting the extra board in and a couple of wires or something?
Pass. Yeah. What I know about the modern profits you could write on the back of the stamp, to be honest. Not my area of expertise, I think. No. Phrase. So, oh, come on then. Oh, good God. There you go. All right. Happy now? Yeah. Oh, and look at this. Look. So I've got Noah there. I got Siri there. I got Nelly there.
Yeah.
I don't even need a blanket, mate. Do I? Eh? Both the Huskies are out in the back garden, aren't they? What's going on? Where's she going? Where's she going? Oh, mate. Your mate's back, Rob. Your mate's back.
Bless him.
Hey? Made it all the way up on the settee by yourself, didn't you? Hey? You clever little boy. Oh, we got an itch. Itchy. Yeah, let's take your collar off and do your neck there. It's been a day, hasn't it? Here we go. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's the spot, isn't it, mate? Oh, yeah. On this side? Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I'll do you in a minute, Siri, yeah? Oh, there you go. Oh. There you go, mate. Well, I always thought I was going to have to do some sort of way extensive work to that door, so it's not coming as a massive surprise or disappointment. It's weird because the door on the other side is completely faultless. I suppose just as well, though.
Yeah.
The rest of the panels seem pretty good.
Good.
No, I think I'll count my chickens on that one. So we haven't really got any further with getting in contact with Arturo about a possible repair station here.
I emailed them and
He went
I haven't
dark. Yeah.
I said, I emailed the guy that fixed mine, and I said, thank you for doing it, and blah blah blah. And by the way, what's the situation?
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything back, so. You never know. No news is good news.
Well, yes, true enough. Unless that news is that they've handed it to Synth Service Centre.
Well, who are the guys that do the Arturi's distribution? It's what they're bloody called?
Was it Source?
That's it. That's the one. It began with S.
Yeah.
So I wonder if, they're just a distributor, so they won't have. I don't think they have any sort of facility to do repairs and stuff.
Yeah.
Then again, I might.
Yeah, never know.
Oh, hang on. What does it say here? Oh, they have a repair form.
It's probably back to base though, anyway.
Yeah, they probably just act as an intermediary.
Yeah. Is Mummy preparing food? Is that what it is? So fixed at the kitchen door. What? Sorry? What's that noise you're making? Are you going? Yes, you are, aren't you? Oh. Ooh. Food's being prepared. Oh dear. What? 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 What's she making? To say Noah is food orientated would be the understatement of the century.
Dogs in it.
Yeah, but nothing like this one. even medication. Even medication just go, oh, thank you. Even the most horrible tasting tablets, straight in, straight down, aren't you? You are no trouble at all from that point. Whereas Lily and the others, you've got to hide it in ham and corned beef, and even then they manage to find a bit of the tablet and go and spit it out.
Yeah,
but
we tried that with the cats.
If they do that, they're going to get some more ham.
Yes.
What? You want to go see? Go on, then. Go around this. Go round. Go round. Go round. No, go around. You've got to do it. No, go on. No, go on. There he goes. Hobbity, 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 hobbity. You forgot your collar. No, it's not your collar. It wouldn't fit on your tail. Eh? Would it, sir? Eh? Would it fit on your tail, baby? Good girl. Good girl. Oh yeah, I can see your tail, baby. I'm going to have a look at those chords tonight, Fruitback.
All right, yeah.
And see what I can make from it.
I'm not too precious about them. If you think they're not any good, that's fine. Don't worry. You won't hurt my feelings.
Well, everything's like a starting point, isn't it? So we'll just see.
Mm-hmm.
See what occurs. Being stared at, right? Where is he? Look. What you doing? Charlie. Hello. Chuckle buns. Charlie Chuckles.
It looks like the last thing Charlie does is chuckle.
Yeah, he looks like he goes, I will kill you all.
Yeah, I'm planning your death.
You wait till you sleep tonight. Everything in the kitchen will be mine. Ha ha!
Yeah.
Mine, I tell you.
You will do my bidding.
You got a big grin on your face, haven't you? Becomes very animated, does he not? Oh, mate. Well, at least that Andromeda A6 went today.
Oh, jolly good.
In its box. Almost takes up as much room as a CS8.
Yeah.
Was that the one going up for sale?
Yes, they are going to put it up for sale. So
When
you'll
it was-
probably
when
see
it was
that on
fixed.
Reverb or eBay by the end of the
Yeah.
week. We've had every single pot replaced with brand new ones. Fully works, so I don't think they'll have trouble getting rid of it.
I suppose it depends what they ask. I haven't looked lately to see what they're going for.
It's about 3, isn't it?
Well, I think 3 to near a 4, but
Uh,
I think it's still a lot of synth for the money, isn't it?
yeah, well, certainly got a unique sound. But we're living in a world where an ARC 2500 and 2 wings cost 300,000.
Mm.
So,
Well, actually, it's a little bit less than that. Because that was the US price.
oh, was it?
Yeah. So, and
I
because
think
the
it came out
pound's
at
quite
2.
strong.
I thought it came out at 225, but
Yeah,
maybe
it's
it
about
wasn't
that.
pounds. Yeah,
Which obviously is still a huge chunk of change,
Still a
but
big chunk of bucks, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's a good 250 by the time you shipped it to the UK, isn't it?
But apparently it's the one that used to belong to Vincent Gallo.
So it's not hanging about then.
Vincent Gallo?
Vincent Gallo was, I don't know, I haven't seen any of his work recently. He was an actor. I remember him in some films many years ago. But he's also apparently a bonkers synth nerd. Spears, he bought, what did he buy? It was something Mellotron-y from him. And it was properly, what was it now? It was like a Mellotron something or other. I don't know. Anyway, so he's clearly spent the money he's earned on synthesizers. And now he's trying to offload.
But I think that one hadn't worked since 2018 or something, and said in the advert.
Yeah.
So that needs recommissioning, doesn't it? And probably cleaning.
He should just donate it to Dina.
True.
But he won't.
Yeah, the trouble with that old girl is there's encapsulated modules in resin.
Mm.
And like I said before, I mean, when I was doing Hans' one, and it was this module, and it tested to be non-functional. I thought, right, I've got to dig this all because it's not listed in the schematics. It just shows like a little dotted line, and then the number of the module. It doesn't tell you what's in it. And I spent ages tearing this thing apart, slowly, chipping away at it with Dremel and little saw blades and stuff. And it turned out to be a little circuit board with an LM308 sitting on it and fuck all else. So I could have just done a bit of breadboard, put an LM8 IC on it, soldered it in, and then just ran wires to the holes and bobs around it. Done. But the interesting thing is, I know that for next time.
I've got Dalek boom.
It's always for next time. Of course, I haven't had another one coming soon. 3 apparently is my limit. Right, Nils. Oh, mate. Is that the air fryer, darling?
And echoey.
Oh, you've gone all Dalek-y.
Ooh.
Well, you've got with that, I'll come back in.
Yeah. Beebo? Not even thinking.
How'd you get on with your air fryer?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
I find you got to watch the times on it because otherwise it will cook stuff a lot faster than you think.
Yeah.
So, but generally speaking, I mean, she uses it every day essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I never really I'm not into any of that stuff. I don't really, if Jackie said she wanted one, then we'd probably get one. But
yeah.
I was watching Professor Hannah Fry's, which is quite aptly named. She did this. She does this show, doesn't she? And basically, she just breaks down how things work.
Yeah.
How everyday sort of objects work. And there was an episode the other week which was the air fryer, and let's learn about how this stuff works. And so it kind of was pretty much how I thought it would be, but just got me thinking. Yeah, that would actually be quite a handy thing to have for certain things.
Very efficient, anyway.
Yeah, and then and they're not stupidly expensive.
No.
But I'm thinking, because Jackie gets home at like 5:45, and so it would be good to have something you could just do.
Yeah.
Pretty, quickly, and then you start looking at all the different options and all the different sizes, and you think, well, how big should we? How big a one would we need? How often would we use it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Never really. But it's very clever.
Yeah. But I mean, you can even do like poached eggs in it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It does it so quickly.
That's it.
You're barely ready for them when they're done. Okay, how's that?
There's one I was looking at that had 2 drawers on it, so you could do one thing, and then so you could maybe do like your meat or whatever in one, and your veggies in the other, and then have them all finish at the same time.
One more. Yeah.
Which I thought was quite interesting.
Yeah, yeah. This is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to combination microwaves? Do you remember those?
Yeah.
Microwave with a grill element in it.
Yeah.
Used to be all the rage once, and then they all fucked off. I don't know.
Yeah, but you used to hear all these stories about people putting things in metal trays and.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, we used to get quite a lot of that at Argos. You'd get people that were, I mean, obviously this was many years ago.
Yeah.
There were still people out there that had probably never seen or heard of a microwave oven. They'd bought one and they'd put something in there, and it blew up. Well, what did you put in there? Oh, this thing. I said,
chicken pie.
Yeah, what did you put it in? Metal tray. Well, there you go, you twat.
Yeah, it come with this metal aluminium tray.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boom.
One of the best. Well, I say the best ones. We sold a customer came in the shop and said, I'd like to return this slow cooker. So, because it was Argos 16-day money-back guarantee. So we said, yeah, what's the problem? Oh, I just don't, it's no good. What, is it faulty? No, it just we weren't satisfied with it. Okay.
Forever.
Yeah. So they pulled the box out and they put it on the table and noticed this smell. I'm like, okay, how old is this thing? Because it's certainly, I'm getting a smell of, sort of like food.
Yeah.
And so the box was pretty okay, didn't look mangled or anything. I opened the lid and the smell got stronger. Then I took the lid off the slow cooker and the fucking joint of meat is still inside.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm like, what?
Fucking hell.
I was like, sorry, we can't take this back. You've used it, so your 16-day warranty is null and void. You've told us it's not faulty. Sorry, see you later. The best ones were always the toasters. People who'd buy a toaster, bring it back within the 16 days and say, oh, it's faulty, it's not working. Sorry, we changed our minds. So you'd open the box up and you'd look inside and you go, okay, well, that looks pretty fine. But then you took the toaster out and all of a sudden you'd start seeing crumbs. And you open the crumb tray if it had one and you see the crumb and you're like, oh, you missed a bit there, sorry, no can do.
Wow.
People would genuinely buy luggage from Argos on the day before they flew somewhere, pack their shit, go on holiday, come back, unpack and return it try to return it under the 16-day warranty. And I'm sure a number of those things got through the system because they were very good. But when you bring it back and you've still got your fucking flight tag on it, the airport scanning label, come on. I think eventually they took luggage off of the 16-day warranty because of that.
Yeah.
There were certain things we didn't ever take back, and that was like things like jewellery, like earrings. We'd never take earrings back.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking people, eh?
Yeah, well,
And then we'd get the travelling community would rock up in town for a couple of months or so. It was relentless. Every day they'd bring in vacuum cleaners, lawn mowers, whatever they'd managed to find, wherever they found it. Probably, the local recycling tip or something.
yes.
Oh boy, it doesn't work. It electrocuted my mother. Really? Okay. Have you got your receipt? No, threw it away. Right. Okay. Well, we're going to kind of need the receipts proof. Do you remember where you bought it? When you bought it? We can check back on our records. And they'd make up some date and something. And I'm sorry, we didn't sell one on that day. No, I'm very sorry. And then they would get abusive, and then they would get threatening. And the amount of times I got told that somebody would be waiting for me around the back of the shop when I finished at the end of the day, I lost count, and they never did. They absolutely never did. But I'm not casting aspersions on a certain section of the community, but it happened.
Yeah, but some things are.
Yeah, we just had an incident. So we live right on the edge of town, literally on the. If you were to draw a borderline, we are like feet away from the borderline of the town, because then there's the A14, and then the other side of the A14, this little village called Stow Upland, which is just kind of an offshoot, really. And they've got two massive pieces of common ground, which are owned by the parish, and they have events on there every now and again. They've got one of those millennium beacons, the fire things on there.
Yeah.
And a week before VE Day, a whole, and what's the collective name for a group of travellers? Basically about 20 vehicles plus caravans just rocked up, parked, and there's a high school next door to it, and within days there were reports of abuse to school kids. They were robbing the local co-op. They had to put security guard on the doors of the local co-op. They were doing donuts on the green in their vans, just churning up the stuff. They were taking shits in the hedges. One apparently, obviously nobody got any visual evidence, but apparently one of the travellers was washing naked, just as all the school kids are coming out. I was just like, honestly, it's crazy. I mean, I drove past there a couple of times on the way to somewhere else, and there was 2 or 3 unmarked police cars just sat by the edge, just keeping an eye. Yeah. And obviously they served them with the eviction notices, and they gave them the requisite amount of time to get off, and they didn't go, and then eventually they, one by one, slowly left and have gone somewhere else, wherever that might be. But they leave behind them.
Somebody else's problem.
Well, the thing is, I think that the parish council, they did post it. They said once they'd gone, they'd ascertained how much damage had been done and what it would cost to repair, things like fences and hedges and the turf, and to get a company in to do a proper clean, because there was literally shit everywhere, actual shit everywhere. It's just, I don't know, it's mental. Yeah. But yeah, somebody did put a value on it. It all has to come out of the parish council funds.
Yeah.
Which of course is not good. Stow Upland. Stow Up, there we go. And they had to cancel the VE celebrations because they'd all parked around the big beacon, and there was supposed to be like a big beacon celebration type thing. It was thousands. It was ridiculous. Just absolutely mental.
Yeah, well.
Oh, 2 days ago, apparently, they look like they've rocked up on a public park in Ipswich.
Yeah.
So they're just working their way around. Apparently, there was some gathering. They have an annual gathering somewhere on the coast. So they're obviously on their way, just stopping on their way down. To the bunkers.
Ah, Jesus, big girl. What's in that? What that is, even. Oh. Sorry.
Dogs, do you like dogs? Nice one, Tom. That made me laugh. Oh dear. That's a good film.
Oh, thank God for that. But move.
Apparently, one member of the travelling community that was on there urinated on the bifold sliding doors of the pub whilst it was open and full of people. Apparently stood there and pissed up the doors.
Bloody hell.
I mean, it's mental, isn't it? Businesses have reported more than $4,000 in losses because there's a chippy in a pub. Jesus. Travellers left the green on Tuesday with the parish council reporting that dog and human excrement had been left on the green alongside broken glass. A nearby pub and fish shop also reported incidents. Yeah, Jesus. Oh, fucking hell, they actually turned over the pub as well.
Well, nothing ever gets done.
No.
So it will continue. I think this needs to go into the washing machine. It used to be white. Didn't it? Right? This used to be white. Oh.
Oh. Right. Where are
Right
we?
then. There's a few key words you really, really react to, isn't there? Like, I need a coffee. Right then. What's the other one? Oh, yeah. I'm not saying that one.
The D word.
Yeah, the DD word.
Bless
Not saying that one. Do I look stupid to you? Yes, I do.
Well, now you
But that's
say
not
it.
the point. That's not the point, though, is it? Oh. Come on then, we got shit to do. Got to go around the garage. God help us. I know, that's going to be fun. What time is it anyway?
It is 25 to 5.
Good God. Not long.
I know,
Not long.
right?
Right then.
All right, mate.
Go and get some shit sorted out.
Yeah, I've got to do some work.
What? It's no you. Hey? You yank your chain. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa.
He's like a husky version of Yoda, isn't he?
Yeah. Really? What was that? Give me a piece of your sandwich or leave you alone. I will not. Go on, say something.
Bless him.
Really? Oh, you don't say. Was she a big girl? She was. Oh, I say. One night stand, was it? No, 2 nights. Oh, okay. Oh. He's gone back into the kitchen in disgust now. Going to go and moan at Fiona.
Right, at least not moaning at you.
Yeah, that's all right. It's just nice to see him actually out of his shell, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Just didn't engage or anything when we first got him. Poor little soul. Nelly helped a lot with that as well.
Yeah.
She likes to play, and he didn't seem to have a lot of choice in the matter. Bless her. You're right there, young lady, eh? Might take you out for a walk down to the green later. You fancy that? Yeah? Have a sniff around. Mm. That is, my hip doesn't give up. Hello. 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 All right. Well.
Go on then, fuck off.
Yeah, I'll see you later on.
Yeah, no doubt.
In whatever capacity.
All right, buddy.
All right, darlings.
See you later.
All right, take care.
Bye, everyone.
Be safe.
Yeah.
Be healthy.